get mine. Get yours, nigga, cause I'ma get mine. Today gon' be a good day. Jack gon' keep it playing from the Genesis. As I'm blowing dope, being broke my only nemesis. Remember when it wasn't all good, I used to reminisce. Felt like I was going through hell with no deliverance. Niggas throwing salt in the game, condoning ignorance. But when it's really in you, not on you, we know the difference. Nigga ain't no willing and dealing, we really killing shit. My brother passed a shooter like Luca, he gave me sentences. Nigga, I was Dennis before you knew what a menace is. Now I just spread love to these bitches, ho, I'm a feminist. Way they running back to the dick, they think they Emmett Smith. No real player gon' break it, that shit be imminent. Yeah. Nigga, we was trapping out the tenement. Niggas ain't hard, they just loud, them niggas impotent. Ain't in it for the glory, my life story is intricate. Don't crash out for the money and watch the niggas you get it with. I say it all, cause I'm past the point that I'ma play with y'all. And as the president, I'ma have to revoke your player card. Don't think the nigga ever was real, and he gon' stay a fraud. Don't think a nigga bluffing is not nothing to break them all. Saquon, ho, it's not nothing to shake them all. There ain't no street clothes on my bed, ho, better take them all. Just get that cheese, breaking that bread, and I can stay involved. You wanna look sweet in my side seat, got to pay the cost.
I got dope and cheese, I'm smoking G's. While I was scaling dope and weed, y'all been yelling broken knees. You gon' do it, baby, do it, gotta hold and squeeze. For real, it's cold out here, one of you hoes gon' freeze. Rob the reverend, call the blessing, hold your nose, don't sneeze. Poop, nigga. Oops, nigga. Pull up in that big shit like I'm too big for that coupe, nigga. Too legit to quit, no, I'm just too legit for you, nigga. Twin towers feel the power when we speaking, nigga. Cope like I was in the ghost with Tommy Egan, nigga. If your bitch looks suspicious, she probably creeping, nigga. If you heard the shit before, it's probably beating. And don't ask me about no money, I'ma tell you, let me hold something. 60K and debt be walking around like I don't owe nothing. So-and-so got shot up, I just act like I don't know nothing. I call love, but we make a hit and this a home run. Clean up in the kitchen, we can't have no dirty dishes. Cause it's roaches outside and we cooking if they don't sniff it. Took a shot in the dark, I just went for this shit. Why aim for the stars, go forward and get nothing. Somewhere there's a young nigga on the same thing. Suggested advice, I tell him do better. Baby mom pregnant, I was turning 18. Ain't even focus my mind to getting cheddar. So I quit this rap shit, quit chasing my dreams. Fuck it, get money off of hoes and the fiends. Fuck it, get money, then turn around, blow it. If I was my plug, man, I wouldn't even throw it. Maybe I would get money, you know it. Really had the city for some summers with the lows, yeah. Going down the wrong way, niggas getting smoked, yeah. I ain't even tell you about the times I was broke, yeah.
County Kings forever. Turn me up, son. Get money. Alright. Get money. Let's go. Look, yeah. It's been a while, but I grabbed my Lone Star, yeah. It's been a while, but I grabbed my look. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Go. Let's go, let's get it. It's been a while, but I grabbed my pen. No losers told me how to win while deep in sin. Stomach lining thin because of Seagram's gin. Plenty dead corpses all throughout Prince George's. Of course, it's be the underlord. Hell is where the source is. Killers rob and take right between a rock and a hard place. So I stay in God's face, begging over heaven's sake. If I can't live, let me die. Tears don't well up in my eyes. Which one say real men shall cry? I'ma tell you why I stay getting high. Evil pools when I push. Niggas slanging President Bush. Crackhead brain change the mush. Keep your brains up in them books. Teach you hope, say I'm a fool, but I did what you trying to do. A crying shame. Every other word that they speak is lame. They went to the fans and they changed the game. I ran to the fans and I changed the game. Sunny days instead of rain. High off life instead of cane. Nigga think shots can stop my game. With a truck to a bike, get out my lane. Jack and Paul called Mary Jane. Catching money, dodging fame. Let's get it. Let's go. Catching money.
All right. Respect to the family, much respect to the family. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. I appreciate everybody for stopping by for another episode of
Under the wheel, quarterback, my producer,
Much respect. So what we're gonna do tonight is we're just gonna have us a nice little session. This is gonna be an awesome debate night. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna listen to what I think is a very, very awesome debate. And we're gonna see what we got on this, right? So first and foremost, as always, I would like to ask you all, how are you doing this evening? All right, how's everything going on with you? Let me go ahead and get my headset. Make sure everything is all the way set up correct. As always, y'all know how I do. So let's go ahead and get this going. All right, y'all. So apparently there's a lot of talk, right? There is so much talk about debates when it comes to people's feelings about where they think they come from with the political aspect and everything else. Like, there's a lot of talk about this stuff, and definitely whether you agree with his ideology or not, condolences to this guy Charlie Kirk. I definitely used to watch some things with him and a lot of other people. We're not going to be getting into what he has going on right now. We have something else. I just wanted to throw that in. So we're going to go ahead and get this bad boy kicked off and started the right way. Much respect to the family. The time right now is 6:09 p.m. East Coast Standard Time, and I thank you all so much for watching. This is pretty damn dope, if I do say so myself. Hey, I just want real quick, as always, got to give the shout outs. Let me give the shout out real quick. Yeah, big shout out to Ant CEO. All right, so I'll leave his link in the bottom of the description and so on and so forth, and you all can check it out on your own time. So we're gonna go ahead and see what we got going for this evening. Okay, y'all. Let me see. Let me share my screen. And we're going to get right to it. And with that being said, I digress. My mic is muted. Let's go ahead and rock out.
Don't like to call out my own community. I've made multiple videos addressing issues within the Black American community. I've always been real about the things that we need to fix. Difference is, I don't build my entire platform on tearing down Black Americans just to get white validation or make money. And that's the difference between me and other Black American conservative channels. I give solutions, not to mention I also cover dating, politics, culture. I speak on everything.
So for the record, he's a Black conservative, as you heard him say. Now, a lot of times we have our feelings when it comes to Black conservatives. So that means that he voted for Trump, so on and so forth. And we just go off into a tangent. Now, let's listen to how this back and forth goes. And we just going to have some fun with it. We're going to break it down. Go ahead, grab your popcorn, grab your chips, get your bottle of water, get your drink, whatever it is you're going to do. Roll up your J, have some fun. Let's kick it and cool it. Let's rock out.
My content is authentic and it's not disingenuous, and I won't turn my channel into an anti-Black page channel just to pander for money and views, which is like 99% of every other Black American conservative channel.
I just like to play his intro because it really does speak to me in that sense, and I definitely do rock with how he breaks this down. Let's go.
Yeah, that's not me, because I'm an honest person and I don't have to pander for views because I don't do this for money. Appreciate y'all. Enjoy the video.
Appreciate you taking the time to let me come through here, man. That's very kind of you. The first thing I want to say is I think it's so good that we have people who are actually caring about what's happening on politics. I'm not exactly sure what your opinion is. I think I came here because I seen you from, what was it, the Carter family?
Cartier family, yeah.
Cartier family, my bad. So yeah, I think before we get into anything about, what we might disagree about, is there any way I can put my face on here? I got 50,000 followers on here. I'm trying to see.
I mean, if you want to, go ahead. Turn your camera on.
How do I do that?
I think you got to hit the button at the bottom.
Hold on. There we go. Yes, sir. Can you see me?
No. Now I can see.
There we go. What up, fam?
What's going on? So what's on your mind?
All right. So I want to give a quick description of who he is about to debate. Apparently, he is about to debate a Israeli, Pakistani, white American, but puts on his paperwork black Trump supporter. It's weird. It's weird. Now I know you like Smitty. What are you talking about right now? You just said a whole lot. No, really, just follow me and follow this daggone debate. Let's go ahead and go back and forth with it. I digress. My mic is muted. Let's rock out.
So I was with the Cartier. I came here because of the Cartier family. That's the name, right? Cartier.
Mm-hmm.
So I seen the first thing I was saying is, why do you cuss so much though? Like you have such a good way of communicating.
Mm-hmm.
But
there is actual science behind profanity. People who curse. Really look up the science behind it. Look up what actual science says about the intellectual elevational level of one who does actually be like, you know what, F y'all right now. This is some bullshit. You know what? If you don't get your candy ass in the room, see, it's something about a certain amount of quick on the feet thinking. And a lot of people may not agree with that, but no, it's a real thing. Believe it or not, if you got a potty mouth, it actually has a lot to do with the level of your intellect, which is a lot higher than what societal standards have always tried to make us think. Look it up yourself. Matter of fact, I'll do a show about it later, like a here you go.
Every other N-word coming out of your mouth is crazy, bro. I feel like it turns more people away. Before we get into
let me respond to that. Do you tell Nick Fuentes that he cusses too much when he goes on his rants and spazzes out on his channel? Let me ask you another question. Do people tell Gordon Ramsay to stop cussing when he spazzes out on all his chefs during his show? Nobody asks that question whenever it comes to everybody else. But
that's because us as black men, we are supposed to be real docile. We're never supposed to really raise our voice. If we raise our voice and if we really have a true concern, and even if it's something that I like to call righteous anger, there is something called a righteous anger. You know, like when the son of Mary, the Messiah, went ahead and flipped over tables in a church. Was he just being emotional, or was it righteous anger? You see, that does exist even today. Righteous anger. There are things that makes me be in a position of righteous anger. Like when I hear that children are being done wrong, when I hear that our elder are being done wrong, things of that nature. You see, when I hear that women are being abused, when I hear that men are not being heard, and it's a lot of mental issues going on. It's righteous anger when you pop off in that sense. And there ain't nothing wrong with that. So what he's saying is, yo, black man, don't you know that the societal standard is that you're supposed to be really, really soft-spoken and not really say shit? You ain't supposed to be cracking off like this. What's wrong with you? Like you know what it is. The very moment that you raise your voice any decimals beyond 4, you're considered crazy and emotional and who hurt you and you got daddy issues. We are totally going to ignore something called righteous anger. Let's keep on rocking out.
For whatever reason, because I say cuss words, people like to try to find, I think the reason why people do that is because people like to try to find anything instead of actually talking about the point. So when we start talking about how the point is,
you're right.
When we start trying to have a debate about, oh, well, I don't really know what he's saying because I don't really have a logical point. I'm not saying that's you, but people tend to focus on how something is said instead of actually what's being said. And it's funny because it's usually from the same people who complain about the world is very hypersensitive on words and we should be able to call black people the N-word whenever we want to. But then when it comes to saying f or nigga, we lose our minds. Come on, I'm not saying that's you. I didn't say that's you.
You know what
I have a big.
What I find so fascinating is the people who the word nigga, my nigga, please stop playing with me right now, right? Bruh, that word does not affect your ass. Nigga should have nothing to do with you. Let me ask any black person a question. I'm going to say this right now, dead ass. I mean, hey, I ain't, hopefully they don't hit me too hard. Look, black Americans, African Americans, whichever one you claim. Have you ever been offended if somebody says wetback? No. Seriously, though. Like on some real shit. You ever been offended? 9 times out of 10, no. You want to know why?
Because it ain't got shit to do with you. So why he all throwing his hands up talking about some, oh my gosh, nah. Bro, that word don't got nothing to do with you. You have nothing to do with the lineage from where it started, as it meant great kings and of high intellect. Yeah, don't take me back to when it was called niggas. Okay? We're not going to play them games. And I don't care who say whatever, because that's still my word. I'm not going to let white people or anybody else take what was mine. The Negas was a very, very highly intelligent, very, very wisdomatic. They were the first forms of what we would call the elite, and they were elite when it comes to wisdom and spirituality and medicine and technology of such an early age in a period of time in which we never thought that these things can be built. So we're not going to play these games. Let's get out of here with the bullshit. Let's keep on rocking out. I digress. My mic is muted. The time right now is 6:19 p.m. East Coast Standard Time. Let's go ahead.
Following, so I don't want my people coming in here. But do your thing. My bad. It's your platform.
What does that have to do with the conversation?
Because I just don't want my people hearing that kind of stuff, because then they're going to try to bring it to me.
Well, that's all.
What do you mean? Hold on. Now, 9 times out of 10, considering that you are a half Pakistani, half Israel, American, Trump supporting, bruh, 9 times out of 10, your people have nothing to do with nigga. My nigga, please cut the shit.
Them, if they can't deal with cuss words, we're in 2025.
No, not them. I'm talking about TikTok. I don't want TikTok to get.
You can say fucking nigga on TikTok. You're allowed to say that. I say it all the time. I cuss all the time on TikTok, but that's not the point. I cuss all the time on TikTok. It's fine, but the reason, the point that I'm making is, we're now arguing something different. Now we're arguing about words and how they're said. Actually,
let's get over that. Let's get over that
and let's get into the points that I made. So, did you have any disagreement with the things that I said?
So, I didn't really go through the video. I just caught a few things, and you were so interesting, and you were willing to debate. I said, let me just go over here and I think it's better that we just. So, if we could just start out. I'll tell you right now, I am 53 years old, and I voted for Trump. So I don't even know what your affiliation is. Did you vote? Are you interested in politics or?
Yeah, I didn't vote though, but I wanted Trump to win over Kamala, but no, I didn't. Vote.
Okay, so what did you have against Kamala?
Immigration, her calling herself black when she's not.
Okay.
A bunch of other policies that I don't with.
Okay, well then we're more alike than I thought it was. So what was the thing that you had a problem with them, or like differentiating the difference between a black person versus an African American? Like what's the difference between that? Because I'm genuinely confused. I don't know what that is.
So okay, great question. So a black American is not the same as an African or a Caribbean. We have the two distinctly different ethnic groups. We're not the same.
Why? Before you go into that, why does it matter?
Why does it matter to you? It matters to me. That's why.
Okay, well, does it matter to a cop who would be quote unquote racial profiling between a Haitian, a Dominican, a Jamaican, and an African?
Why is your construct of black identity under what a white cop would say?
Oh, can you just answer my question, what I said first, and then I'll respond to yours?
Yeah, but that question is a misnomer, because your question is about me and my identification. So what you're asking me is, why does my black American identification change what a white person says? So the problem is, let me ask you this: where's your family from?
Which part of my family?
I'm assuming you're Latino, right?
No.
What's your ethnicity?
My father is Pakistani and Greek, and my mother is Hebrew.
Okay. So you.
My bad. I was on mute. So, I mean, yeah. Did y'all hear the combination? Let's listen to that one more again for the win. What did he say he is?
Why does my black American identification change what the white person says? So the problem is, let me ask you this: where's your family from?
Which part of my family?
I'm assuming you're Latino, right?
No.
What's your ethnicity?
My father is Pakistani and Greek, and my mother is Hebrew.
Okay. So you even come from you're mixed race. You're different. What do you identify on paper as an American?
American.
There's no such thing called American in the U.S. Census, which you identify as. You have to identify as a race. So I'm assuming you identify as white and Caucasian.
Non-white.
Okay, what is non-white? What do you identify as on the U.S. Census?
I don't even know. I've never identified.
Look, he don't want to say. He don't want to say that if you can't claim white, you over here with us. He don't want to say it. He don't want to say it. Like I now watch how much he keep on trying to dodge this question. Watch the bullshit that comes with him dodging the shit.
In the U.S. Census.
Yeah, you do. Any type of, if you have a license, do you have a license?
Yes.
What do you identify on your license? What does it say?
I guess it probably says black. I don't know. That's
No, it wouldn't.
Oh, I guess it probably says. I guess it.
God have mercy upon us.
Oh man, cut the shit, bruh. Cut the shit, bruh. The fact is, yeah, if you ain't if you ain't blonde hair, blue eye, you going to the camp with the rest of them. Let's just cut the shit.
Say black, and if it does say black, then that would be a problem.
Yeah, I don't know what it says. I gotta check.
Now, ain't that something? Because we all know that. Let his ass try to come to the cookout, and then he drop his license, right? He drop his wallet. It's open. Somebody pick it up. You know, cuzzo in him. You know what I'm saying? Uncle somebody, auntie or somebody pick it up. And then they look, and his ass right here, his license say black. What? What kind? What kind of black? I know you ain't talking about us, nigga. You see that? Easy. Let's go.
That's a
It
good
probably
question.
says-
Hold on 1 second. My wallet's right here. Let me check.
Okay. It probably says white, which a lot of Adams, you guys consider yourself white when you get to America, which is why the majority of the country says white. It's not actually true. There's a lot of people that come from different countries identify as white.
My race doesn't say anything. You talking about my race?
Yeah, what do you identify on paper as your race? Census.
It says nothing. I'm looking at my driver's license right now. It says my hair, my.
Do you have any identification that shows you don't know? Hold on. My thing is, how old are you? Said you're 54, 53?
Oh my gosh. What? Like shit though. Like shit though. You already know, fam. Like, I don't know. It's wild. It's wild.
Yeah.
How do you not know what you identify at on paper in America?
Because it doesn't matter to me.
It doesn't matter if it doesn't matter. You have to identify something on paper when you apply for a job. Why?
No,
Because you don't have to identify with your race on a job application.
I'm gonna drop this link just in case you want to say something real quick, fam. All right, I got you, just in case. But if not, you good in the chat. You good in the chat,
bro. I filled out plenty job applications. You do not have to fill out.
I've never ever filled out a job application where I didn't have to identify my race, my guy. Ever.
I have a small business, so maybe
you are doing practices that aren't justified. But I don't know anybody. Has anybody ever filled out an application where you didn't have to put your race? You have to put your gender.
Nope. Even the bottom part at the very bottom where it says other, that means they want you to still specify what the other is. Okay. Even on other, I've seen Native American, I've seen black, what Native American, black, Latino, white. You see what I'm saying? Indian. I don't know if I've seen Indian. Nah, they just say Native American. I don't think I've seen Indian. I don't see like East Indians and Middle Easterns on there. But the other would be them. That's where the other comes from. Stop playing with me.
And your race.
Gender, yeah, never my race.
You have to put your race on mostly every single application. I've never not had to do that.
I think we're getting caught down in the minutia. The reason why I asked you the question about whether or not it depends on how a person identifies or what they really are.
It's a bigger question. Your question.
DL no longer says it on the the driver's license. Yeah. The driver's license no longer says it on the car, but it's recorded at the administration. So basically, yeah, facts, fam, cuzzo. You already know they're gonna have that shit on file.
Was hold on, because I want to go back to that. Your question was, if there's identification between Black Americans, Africans, and Caribbeans, correct? Why you said, well, what about a cop? Why does the identification of a Black person have to do with a negative interaction with the police? Answer that question.
Sure. Police identify stop and frisk. If they see someone with a do-rag and they got the loud music on, that is different than
What about the white boy with the trench coat and the long boots up to his like calves and his pants rolled up? What about him? Huh? Hello? Huh? Listen, we can go down a line of descriptions. Do I got to go back to higher learning? Stop playing with me right now.
person, and we don't even care about the color. Someone with a do-rag on.
Back in 2001. No. Let's go a year or two after. 2002 to 2003. If your ass would have stepped on the plane looking exactly how you look, minus that hat, how do you think people would have addressed you? How would they have addressed you? If you popped on the plane back in 2002 and between like 2002 and 2008, how do you think people would have addressed you? What kind of security measures do you think you would have went through? Could we cut the shit?
And loud music, acting accordingly, those people will be identified because of the way they're acting. It doesn't matter how they look. Now, if you have someone who's riding with the windows down or the windows up, no tints, no music blasting, and they're seated in a normal position without looking the way that they do, it does depend to differentiate between a police officer. And this speaks to the bigger question that I was going to get to, is law and order, but I'm not going to get there yet. So the reason why I think it's important is because when you say people identify as a different color, what you need to understand is, and I said nothing about a white police officer. I just said a police officer. If you have a police officer looking,
go ahead.
If a police officer is looking, whether he's black, white, Chinese, or candy stripe, and he sees somebody, he's not differentiated between a Haitian, a Jamaican, and an African.
But this is my question to you. Who gives a fuck what a cop thinks? My identification. No. You're completely off.
You see the like the audacity and the true gall of like trying to insert yourself into some shit, and you trying to make a false story, a fictional story about some shit that has nothing to do with you. Has nothing to do with you. What are you talking about right now? Why are you even inserting yourself into this shit?
You're completely off the rails, my guy. Listen to me. Listen to me.
Listening.
Genuinely listen. I'm trying to really enlighten you.
I'm trying to listen.
Your question.
Hold on, let me see right here. What we got, fam? What? How was he 53 and don't understand race on a... Thank you. Like, I'm trying to figure that out too, fam. Like, I'm gonna be real with you. The same thing I was saying to myself is basically
oh hell no. Oh hell no.
Ain't no way. You're not gonna even play with me like that. Like on some real shit though. We're not even gonna play them type games. Let's go.
Question to me as a Black American, my identification, you're asking me basically what you're putting me on the construct under is your identification has to be under the identification of what a white person may think or a cop in general would think. Why?
My bad, y'all. I see they messing with the live, so I just want to make sure that everything keep on running smooth. So every once in a while, I'm going to flick on and off. Okay, I got you, though. I'm going to keep getting you the visual. Let's rock out.
Why is that your construct? Because at the end of the day, who gives a f if he thinks all of you are just one big Negro? Who cares? My identification and my classification doesn't matter. You know that there's a difference between a Mexican, an El Salvadorian, and a Dominican. Although they all may speak Spanish. Would you ask the Mexican, hey, Mexican, why are you differentiating from El Salvadorians when the cop is going to see you the same? You wouldn't ask that question. You wouldn't even bring up a cop as the analogy. But even if you did, even if you did ask that question, that would still be a delusional question to ask, because their own identification is not under the construct of a cop. Who gives a what the cop thinks?
No, that's a fact. Because see, the thing is that the construct is basically founded on what the locals believe and think, even down to doing the live last night, man. Shout out to Miss Oshun. Y'all make sure y'all go over there and subscribe to the Game of Dragons TV. Subscribe to the Game of Dragons TV. And I remember, like, we were talking about that, like, what it comes down to and what it breaks down to is things are ran based upon how the locals see things. Now, how the locals see things is how things are going to be ran, right?
So everything that he's talking about like, ooh, perfect. Great analogy, I think, right here. You ever heard somebody try to tell you how a certain hip hop or a singing artist is really good, but we like, I don't want to keep hearing about what the Billboard charts say. I don't want to hear who's on the top, whatever. I'm telling you what the streets say. I'm telling you what, when we riding, when we out and about, what we listen to, and I'm telling you how we see it. It's not like that. You see what I'm saying? And so just in contrast, so I don't, throw us off too much. That's basically the analogy in which I'm giving to what he's saying. Let's keep on rocking out.
It's because the cops aren't the ones on the U.S. Census making the decision. Who gives a? And actually, if you want to get down to it, there's actually multiple videos of even a Haitian guy speaking about how he has a different last name and he speaks with his accent. A cop knows, okay, you're different from a Black American because you have a different last name. And this is respect to Africans and Caribbeans, by the way. I'm just making a distinction. You have a different last name. Your last name could be Olumide, which is usually maybe a Nigerian last name. You can turn on your accent like that, and you can switch it. So a cop knows the difference between a Black American, a African, and that Caribbean is a little bit different because it's harder to tell because Caribbeans had they got an admixture of Europeans when they colonized as well. But when it comes to Africans, we have different last names than Black Americans. We have different cultures. We have different ethnic groups. We have different tribes. Americans aren't really tribal. They have different tribes. They identify from different things.
Oh,
so
Americans
that's
are tribal.
No, we don't have, and Black Americans don't have tribes in which we identify as. No, we don't. Not the same way as Africa does.
I'm saying Americans do, maybe not you. Okay, so
now again, look at how off put he is. Look at how offset he is. Bruh, he's breaking it down to you how we actually rock. No, we don't. No, we don't. The closest thing to anything tribal that you could possibly put us in the category of would be maybe gangs in politics. I would say that's the look, if I'm wrong or if there's something else that I'm missing, okay, but I'm dead ass serious on this. Like, how in the world, bruh? What's going on? Mika, how you feeling, beloved? What's going on, love? Respect to you. Yeah, no, we having a good ass debate. This shit right here is fire. Let's keep on rocking out. I digress. My mic is muted.
But I think that really doesn't matter. The reason why I was discussing that with you, and I'm glad that you were interested in that point, but I just want to extrapolate and kind of get the 35,000 foot view of what we're talking about. The bigger thing that I want to discuss, and I'm sure you know that is the big thing on the news right now, is law and order, son. We bring in law and order to a city near everyone. So if there's going to be an issue with quote unquote racism against racial profiling, you cannot tell me about any issue between any version of Black person that you want to talk about that may be identified or not identified or whatever it is. When it's going down in Chirac and the YNs is running through the street with the pipes and the switches and they ain't plumbers.
What the God? Hold your composure, Smitty. Just hold your composure. You working on yourself, right? We know God ain't through with you yet. We know God is not through with you yet, Smitty, but just hold your shit, my nigga. You know, hell, gosh. What is this man talking about?
What I want to understand is, what is the difference between ICE making this movement and doing what they got to do? Do you agree with ICE? You said
yes,
you agree.
I do. I support ICE. Yep, all the way.
So we have a move.
Of course, when they're deporting people who are taking legitimate jobs away from mine, who have been searching for them, and our peoples and our ancestors have been fought and died for it, you motherfucking right. I am all for anybody trying to cut the line. Wait your turn.
We have a movement that comes in. This is going to be the cross section, though, because this is how Trump works. Trump is activating ICE in that area so that because he wants the protest to happen. That way he can activate the federalization of the National Guard. Now, when that federalization of the National Guard comes, and I'm so glad that you agree with a closed border, because the people who get hurt with a closed border first, as you know,
are Black Americans.
Are Black Americans first, and unskilled workers like myself who cut grass for a living. So when I'm on my live and I'm pumping and doing my thing, the first thing people come in here and they ask me is, what has Trump done?
So you're an everyday 9 to 5. I'm not shitting on that. I mean, honestly, listen, my career field, I was a chef. Technically, it can be, blended into the category of career / 9 to 5. It is, as a chef, not a cook. No, not a drive-through window. No, chef. And you are sitting up here and you're trying to convince me and other people right now with your 50,000 some odd followers that you, as a non-skilled laborer who was half Pakistani and half small hat Trump supporter / American, who has on your driver's license that you're black, and you want to fake like it's not, but you can't claim us. You all over the place. You all over the place, bruh. So first and foremost, like, let's just recognize, even down to what we listening to right now, and then everybody got something to say about mine. Shut your monkey ass mouth up.
For you. And the first thing I tell him is, I can now charge more for grass cutting because Julio ain't showing up to work. And that's keeping it 150,000%.
Okay, so I want go. Yeah, if I want you to finish, I want to get to you.
Wow, he said cutting grass. Who was tilling this land and only having slops thrown for them long before Julio even showed up? I'm gonna let you sit on that one.
You to get to your main point.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I got off on a tangent there. But what I'm saying about law and order, you have these people coming in to do their job. Guess who's going to get caught up in the quote unquote crossfires of what's going on?
Yeah, Black Americans.
All the YNs that are out there doing their thing. So
yeah, I don't know if you know, bro. I broke that down earlier. That was literally what my stream was about earlier.
I didn't hear it.
Yeah, I'm live on YouTube right now. We had about 100 plus people on my YouTube channel.
I know. I came in through YouTube. That's why I was there. I was checking you out on YouTube.
So that was what that was, because I do a dating show. This is the dating show. But earlier when I was doing that,
I actually found this guy over on Rumble and stuff. So that's pretty dope.
Okay.
That's what that breakdown was. Yeah, we talked about the whole entire thing. I reacted to a video. I did a whole breakdown on that. So. And I think
so. How do you? But this is what I'm saying though. You're saying that it doesn't matter what a cop thinks. How can you say that?
I never said that. I never said that. Now you're putting words in my mouth. Now, one time that I ever say it doesn't matter what a cop thinks in general. What I said was my identification is not under what a cop thinks. My identification is my identification, regardless if a cop thinks I'm the same or not. I don't give a fuck what a cop thinks. The same way that logic would apply with you. You don't give a fuck what a black person thinks if we just throw all Middle Easterners in the same room. You don't give a fuck because your identification is your identification. You know that there's a distinction between Syrians. You know there's a distinction between people who classify as Arab or Muslims or whatever it is. There's a distinction. If I say, oh, if I just be like, oh, that's just Osama, that's a pretty kind of like a racist.
And not all Middle Easterns would identify with and or claim Osama. Some would, some won't. Period. Listen, let me tell you something. As hard as this may be to believe, not all Africans claim Nelson Mandela. Do you understand that? Not all Asians claim Kim Jong-un. Did you do you get that? So it is. And it's not just with us as Black American, African American, FBA, whatever term you want to say, indigenous. Like, let's just cut that shit out.
Term, but regardless of the fact, you don't give a fuck about what my process is and how I look at you, because you are your own community and you base your decision not off of what the I think. That's the point that I was making. So yeah, you probably have cops that don't give a fuck, but that's not my point. I don't give a fuck what a cop thinks as far as my identification. I know that there's a difference, and people know that there's a difference, and that's all that matters to me. I don't give a fuck about what a cop thinks.
Make sure y'all go over there and subscribe to this brother. He has dope content.
If he wants to do something to a black person, there's nothing to do with my argument.
So okay, but my greater point is what I'm talking about is there is a distinct culture difference.
Absolutely.
For instance,
yeah.
So if you have people who are not from this country, of whatever skin color that they are, and the people who are of this country, you can put them together and you will tell that there's a massive clash in culture. And for the most part, there is dark on dark racism that occurs because if you have somebody who's from whatever nation that you want to say, Jamaicans are not the biggest proponent for African Americans. If you know any Jamaicans,
What is an African American?
What I would call just a regular black person walking in the street. That's
Boy.
Say, cause I hate you, coward ass niggas. You a punk ass nigga.
You're missing the point.
I don't know, listening to hip hop, doing their thing.
No.
And then he throws in real randomly, like, I don't know, listening to hip hop. Now he asks you a direct question. What is an African? Listen, and you know what's so wild? The answer is in the question. That's how off this motherfucker is. That's how off he is. He don't get it.
I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all.
The answer is in the question. What is an African American? And he said, oh, I don't know. A YN just running around with some guns and switch, a random black person. The answer is in the question.
Well, I think you have a very.
I'm talking about the YN community specifically.
What does a YN stand for?
You know what a YN's talk. The same one.
I don't know.
You know what about? No. We asking you, Mr. Pakistani in small hat.
I have no idea. Why don't you go ahead and tell us?
Okay, the switches and the pipes, bro. You know what I'm talking about.
No, I don't. First of all, let me explain something to you. First of all, an African American, because if you actually did your research, an African American.
I don't care nothing about that culture at all. That's what I'm trying to say.
I don't care that you care, but if you're bringing up.
You know what I find fascinating? People that don't always want to tell you how much they don't care about something, but they dedicate so much time on trying to shit on the very thing that they say they don't care about. Why are you talking so much about some shit you don't care about? Why? Hold on. Let's just sit right there just for a second. We're going to get right back to it. Why do people try to then flip? Listen, when you don't actually have an answer, when you actually don't know what to say, you don't know what to say right now. You stuck. So now you trying to pivot, right? You trying to figure out how to get the base without getting tagged. Stop playing with me. So now you going to sit up here and say, well, I don't really know much about that culture, but you got so much to say about how the YNs go around with switches all day. How you know about that much, but you don't know what it is, what derives from it? How do you not know what the symptoms are? How do you not know what the true educational background is on any of this shit that you say that you're talking about? So let's just cut the bullshit right now, please.
An argument and you're trying to bring up if you're trying to bring up something in a debate, you have to know what you're talking about. So when I ask you what's a African American, and you say, I don't know, a regular black person walking down the street with pipes and switches. That's not an African American. So let me tell you what it is, because you don't understand it because you don't do enough research, and that's okay. I'll enlighten you. So what an African American is an immigrant who moves to America. That's what an African American is. It's an immigrant who comes from Africa and comes to America.
The answer was in the question, dummy.
Did you know that Elon Musk is an African American?
Oh, wow. Shit. Oh, shit. Hold on now.
Definition he is, because the same way someone is like an Indian American, a Mexican American, a Chinese American, those are people who have a distinct actual lineage from that place, or they come from that place and come over here.
Bruh, if I was a Pakistani in small hat who voted for Trump and wound up one day in America, I would not even begin to know where to start as to where the hell I'm from. Let's keep going.
That's when you attach the hyphen between the two, because they're two. So when you say African American, I'm not an African American. By definition, I couldn't be. I'm a Black American, a foundational Black American.
That's what I mean, Black American. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So.
Is it possible this story is true? Yes, it is. You're right. It's fact.
Okay, but when you say a Black American, even if your example was your example, the average Black American is not walking around with pipes and switches, listening to hip hop and talking like this, nigga. That's not what the average Black American does.
Not all, but most.
Okay, most based on what?
Not all, but most.
Okay.
What is most? What is most? What percentage to you, Mr. Pakistani in small hat, is most?
Okay, cool. Based on what numbers and statistics that you have to prove that?
I need anecdotal evidence. I need personal experience. And
wait, hold on, wait. So anecdotal evidence. Let's use your logic. Let's use your logic. Well, I'm gonna let you finish, and I'm gonna walk you down with this argument. Thank you very much. Go ahead and finish. I'm gonna walk you down.
His ass down.
Oh, not all, but most. And this is the fact. Whether it's
I know you're not from Jesse Lee Peterson, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
that is amazing. It's not amazing.
Yeah, I know.
It's not amazing. That's amazing.
So use your own points. Don't steal nobody else talking.
Nah, you know
I'm not
what that was right there?
talking.
When he hit the amazing. When he said that's Jesse Lee Peterson, and he hit the little clown part, right? I want y'all to really peep game. It'd be subtle, but you gotta catch it. When he said, "Oh, that's amazing," what he basically and what he did was he's looking around, he's saying to himself, "That's amazing." He's insulting him in the sense of, "Oh wow, look at this. This nigga right here actually knows something outside of Jordans and LeBron." I need you to peep, like it really was an insult. More than it was, I'm trying to tell you, he wasn't just cracking a joke. You got to know how to catch that shit.
Yeah, you got from Jesse Lee Peterson. Yes, you did.
No. Well,
yes, you did. You just said, you said amazing. Amazing at Jesse Lee Peterson, my guy.
You're gonna let me finish?
I'm gonna let you finish, but I'm just calling that out. You got that from another person.
Okay, I got it. Exactly, because he's one of the people that I get information from. I'm not taking any talking points from him. What I'm saying is you need to do a better job in responsibility for Black Americans and explain it to them. No.
Let's debate the numbers, my guy. Let's debate the numbers. I don't care about your own personal anecdote. Let's debate the statistics. I asked you a simple. I asked you a simple question. What are your numbers to prove that the average?
You ain't gotta be highly. You know what I'm saying? Like Gucci over here. We got this. We got this in the headlock. We got this. You know what I'm saying? We got this in the figure 4 camel clutch. We got this in, we got this in the razor's edge. Don't you worry about this shit. We got this. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's how we rock out with it. You know what I mean? But we got to have the tough talks. We got to talk to the knuckleheads. We got to go ahead and spread that word. We got to make sure that people hear this. Like, that's how that got to go. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it's going to be uncomfortable. Oh, man, trust me. I cringe every day. What we got right here, fam? Most is the people he live around. Oh, okay. Okay. So you saying that most is basically his circumference, basically his jurisdiction, his area. I got you. There she go. Let's go ahead and give a big round welcome for the First Lady. Okay, now. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get back to this. Let's go ahead and keep on rocking out. With that being said, I digress. My mic is muted. The time right now is 6:51 p.m. East Coast Standard Time. We're gonna keep this bad boy lit. Get your popcorn, get your drink, go ahead, refill your sparkled water, whatever it is you like to do. Let's rock out.
Black American is walking around with pipes and switches and listening to hip hop.
That's not what I said.
That's literally verbatim. Would you like me to bring back the recording and play it on live?
You could bring back the recording if you want to and play it on live. That's not what I said.
That's literally what you said. You said the average African American, and then I said, "What's the average African American?"
I said the average, and then you explained to me what an African American was, and I appreciate you doing that because I didn't know what it was. I'm sorry.
I know you don't. There's a lot of stuff you don't know.
Wait a minute. No, listen. This is the bullshit. That's that bullshit, bruh. He asked you. What if I asked you, what is a turkey and cheese sandwich? And you like, I don't know. The answer is in the question. I said turkey and cheese. What else do you think it is? What is a turkey and cheese sandwich? I don't know. What is an African American? The answer is in the question, dummy. But you so smart with your Trump hat. Let's keep on going.
Apparently, because I don't have a student loan debt, so I'm sorry I didn't get no education.
No, it's not about student.
So now you want to try to throw some dumbass shots. Like it ain't white chicks. Like it ain't white people, Spanish, Asian, everybody with student loan debt. So you going to try to attribute that shit to us. Out of here, man.
Student loan debt. If you're coming to debate, you got to know what you're talking about. With 50,000 followers, you got to know.
Hold on. I appreciate what you're saying. What I'm saying is there needs to be a level of accountability for the average Black American carrying pipes and switches. There needs to be
and there needs to be some accountability for the average white person that goes up to goddamn rallies like over in Utah and off somebody, because it wasn't us. That wasn't us that offed one of them. That was an old white man. That was a white man. Shut your mouth. Fuck is you talking about right now?
Accountability for the
you
Black
said, okay,
whole.
let's debate that. Let's debate it. Let's debate it. I don't care if you say we need to. Let's debate it. I don't really care about you're trying to do ad hominems. Let's debate the numbers.
That's not ad hominem. That's not. I'm not coming to you.
I have to. I don't want to have to mute you. You notice I haven't muted you this entire time. I'm not a mute monster. But let's debate it because I don't care about the other stuff. Let's debate it. Now, you said the average, and then you said not all, like Jason Lee Peterson will say, but most. So when you say most, do you know what most means?
More than a few.
No, that's not what most means. Most means more than most means the majority. That's what it means. It doesn't mean
this nigga said this motherfucker said more than a few. He said more than a few.
More than a few.
More than a few. That's the majority.
No, a few could be 3. But if the overall number is 20 and you say more than a few could be 3, and you could say more than a few could be 4. Well, that would equal to 8.
You're right.
That wouldn't equal to most. I know. Exactly. So you got to understand math might not be a
oh shit. I'm sorry. Is the Black American outsmarting you, Mr. Pakistani small hat, who seems to have culture and we don't, who seems to know stuff and we don't?
Strong point. So let's get down to the truth. Okay. So the average or the most Black Americans are walking around with switches and pipes based on
that's not what I said.
Let me get a 7, because you know we don't do the ones. You know we different over here. You know we hit it different over here. Let me get a 7 in the chat if you walk around with switches and pipes. Matter of fact, let me get a 7 in the chat if you actually have your children and people around you who you hang out with walk around with switches and pipes. I need them numbers right now. Come on. Light it up. Let's go. Like, I'm dead ass serious. Let's go. Light that shit up. Salute, man. All day in the paint. What's going on, Native? Native, this shit wild. So everyone Terry is carry backpacks and duffel bags. No. We're not gonna do the duffel bags and we're not gonna do the self-deleting bombers. You see how you see how I kind of finessed that? We're not gonna do the self-deleting bombers. No, we're gonna talk about the YNs that walk around with switches. And he don't have nothing to do with our community. But let's see why he says what he says, because he's going to talk about it more. Let's keep on going.
That's not what I said.
What did you say? Repeat what you said then.
I said the average Black American who is walking around with switches and pipes needs to be held accountable. And also the greater Black community in America.
All right, hold on. All right, AC, you don't count, bro. You don't count because your name literally is in it. It's always carry our guns, bruh. You don't count. I'm okay. All right. You know what? I'm going to just take that question back because AC came in the building. He just dismantled everything I just said. You know what, bruh? Get your ass on, man. God damn. Let's keep on rocking out, man.
Needs to be held accountable for the actions of their nephews, nieces, and children.
Okay, what percentage of Black Americans are walking around with switches and pipes?
about the kids on Chicago? I don't know. We're not talking about kids
But
in
my God.
Wait. Then why do you have such strong feelings towards something that you would end your statement off on saying, I don't know? It is not wise for a man to say something so strong, be so vigorous in what he has to say with all this emotion and passion, just to turn around and say, well, I don't really know. We can't respect you. We can't. See, that's when you lose all credibility as a man. Let's keep on rocking out.
Listen to me.
Biloxi, that's an issue.
Listen to me.
It's Memphis.
Listen to me.
It's Louisiana.
You can name all the cities.
It's Philly.
Listen to me. You're just babbling at
Okay, all right. So we don't want so we don't want to talk about when the white boy blew up the building, and what was that Oklahoma or something like that? Like, listen, we can go down the line of things that happened, like, unfortunately, grade education, bops. You see, we're gonna work it. We ain't gotta say it. Grade education, bops. Where were those usually located? So you can talk about anything you want to talk about in the hood, my G. The fact is that crazy shit go down even worse, because you know what? It usually goes undetected. It usually goes like nobody's really paying attention to it. So we're not even gonna play them games.
this point. Listen to me.
I'm telling you what you don't want to hear.
No, it's not about I don't want to hear. I want to hear the numbers and the stats that you have to prove. That's all I'm telling you to bring up. Bring up the stats. You're unmuted. I'm muting you because you keep babbling. Bring up the stats, my guy.
What stats do I need? 1580? You want to hear 1580? 15% of the population responsible for 80% of the crime?
That's not true. You switched the numbers. No, let's stay on that. I'm so glad you brought that up. So actually,
wow, he put us to 15%. Okay, cool. You know what? I love to hear that our numbers are growing as black people in America. Let's go.
That's not true. It's actually 15% of the 14% of the population.
Heard you about arrests and all that, blah blah blah.
No. Okay, so let's do it. Let's stay on that topic. Let's stay right there. Because notice, no point that you made have you been able to actually intellectually bring any facts to. But I'm going to bring the facts. So you're bringing up the big train. Stop talking. Calm down.
Made the claim I was an intellectual.
Relax. Calm down.
I'm calm.
Okay, but you got to finish and stop talking. You got to stop. You got to stop talking. I know you struggle, but you got to stop talking. Okay. So let's debate the 1350 because it's not 1580. You jump to a other number. It's 1350 of violent crime in America, correct? It's 1350, right? I'm asking you a question. It's 1350, right?
I don't know. I heard Ben Shapiro saying it. I don't know. What is it? An FBI statistic?
You really aren't equipped for this conversation, my guy, are you?
Oh, I'm so equipped for this conversation, bro. What you need to understand is that I am not an intellectual. I never made the claim that I read books or I know this and that. What I can tell you is that I have lived in many parts of the country, and every time I had to lock my door, it was in an urban area.
What the does that have to do with my point that I just made?
I'm not talking about your 15.
Like, let's just be for real. And he keep on talking about my feelings. Okay, bro, what do you know? I don't know why you got so much to say about everything that you don't know nothing about. Yeah, see, that's that bullshit. Hold on now. Let's go ahead and bring my man up. Man, my bad, AC. I had to go ahead and run away from the jump for real quick. Hold on, let me do this real quick. Yeah, bro. Like, what is this man talking about, my G?
Hey, bro. Like the guy said, bro, he unequipped to be talking about this conversation. You know, it's sad. It's sad, bro. It's sad because one, he just said it. I don't know. I heard somebody else say it. I heard somebody else say it. And the crazy part is it's crime in any facet of where you go at in the urban area. I can go. You know, you're familiar with Dundalk. You're familiar with Dundalk. I know you are. Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
yes, sir.
that's that's if
Everything.
if 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 you want to get on some serious stuff, yeah, I mean, I can go take a trip down Dundalk and show you all the low poverty white people out there who's out. You see what I'm saying? They got their own little section. Anywhere down South Baltimore, Dundalk, yeah, I mean, what's the other one? Middle River. Yeah, I mean, we can take a trip down these spots, and I can show you a whole lot of low poverty white people where you be like, hey, bro, I'm gonna have to lock my door.
Hey,
I'ma
bro,
have
yeah, out here, cause you know, I'm the DMV side, bro. When I went out there a couple times, me and my homies, bro, you know, cause back in the day, we call that shit motherfucking we call that shit Fent Town. Yeah,
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 yeah.
we Fent as in fentanyl.
Mhm,
We call it Fent
mhm.
Town, bro. Like we
Yeah.
already know, bro. You
We
got like straight dope fiends will like want to do anything, bro.
anything, bro.
And
And to
it's not
say
us, and it's not us, it's them. It's
it's
them.
them, bro.
What
I can
about?
pull up a video right now in that part of town where it's a white boy with a do rag on with two Glocks extendos on the bus shooting at the police.
Come on now. Come on
So
now.
so any poverty area, any low poverty area, you're trying to make the correlation between black people living in poverty areas. We already know anywhere in those type of areas it's gonna be a high crime rate because at one, nobody has anything. Everybody's stacked on top of each other, and they're running off bare minimum. So it's
Man,
gonna
fact.
be high. It's gonna be high, a high crime rate. First of all, yeah, I mean, and then second of all, it if we just take a trip to Pakistan where 8-year-olds are shooting AKs, we take a trip to Iran where 8 and 9-year-olds are shooting AKs.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't
Mm-hmm.
talking about that though. But
Man,
we not
listen.
talking about that because it's in a different country. But if you look at the areas, you can tell those areas are not rich are not rich areas. They're low poverty areas. They have bare minimum. What are we talking about here? That you can't say it. You can't say, oh, it's just black people. No, black people not the only one that commit crimes. And if you look at the statistics, it's more white crimes than anything. It's just they not quote unquote in poverty areas where they just shooting and stuff like that is actually serious crimes, B&Es, sex crimes, children crimes, all types of crimes. You know what I mean? Now we ain't now you want to get on some real statistics about that stuff, then yeah, we can really go
Mm-hmm.
there.
Nah, but look, let's go ahead. Hey, look, let's get back to the video. Let me know when you want me to push pause, because nah, this shit is really dope, bro. I really did like this little back and forth debate. Let's go.
50 point.
I didn't say anything about 1550. You brought up the point and said it was 15% of the population committing 80% of the crime. That's actually not even the correct statistic. The actual statistic that you're actually trying to bring up is 1350. That's the talking point.
Whatever it is.
No, don't say that. Whatever it is, you went up 40.
I love when my
Yeah.
own totally dismantles the bullshit that everybody
Mhm.
around the world be trying to say. I absolutely adore
Mhm.
it, and I'm always going to uplift this. This is what I'm going to uplift. Let's go.
Percent.
Now hold up,
What do you
pause that.
mean?
Error. It's 2%.
Pause that.
Rock out.
We gotta applaud these brothers, and we gotta show more light on these type of brothers right here, because even not it ain't even got nothing to do with the guy with the Trump hat on. It be even our own kind that be trying to paint that same narrative against us. Like we're just all out here thugs and shooters and killers and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, let's not get it twisted. Reason why I put that in there, and I know it was kind of funny, but I put it in there because I mean, if you know if the people know my background, I'm a God fearing man. I go to church. I do
Oh, I know
stuff with
that
my
much.
kids.
That is a
I'm a
fact.
whole family man out here. But don't
That's
get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. I will put that thing on you if I have to. So it's a balance. It's a balance between, you know what I'm saying, having the firearm and being able to protect my family, and just going out here uneducated with a firearm, and you know what I'm saying? And let's be honest, the only ones that's really like that are people that are uneducated to the fact that they can't get their stuff, and they're uneducated to the fact that, you know, it's a whole Second Amendment out here that tells you that you can bear arms. You see what I'm saying? And it's protected,
right.
that protects you as an American citizen to be able to bear. It's cool when they do it, but it's a problem when I do it.
Come on now. Come on now. Come on
You see
now.
what I'm saying? It's cool when they do it. It's cool that they can buy all types of assault rifles and sniper rifles and this and that. I bet you this guy got guns the way he's talking. I bet you he got guns.
Stop playing. You are no. And you know, 9 times out of 10, the state he's in is where I can bust you running out of my yard.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's type. I can shoot you in the back just because I see you with my radio, like
Just
they did on
because
South Central.
exactly, I see you on my land, so I can straight dump on you. You know what I'm saying? And that's the hey hush. And that's the messed up part. That's the messed up part about this, is because every state is not goes by the same gun laws. So where it's cool in Texas, you can walk in the store and buy a gun the same day, leave out with that gun. Here, where it's an inner city, more people are heavily dense with people. You see what I'm saying? All stacked on top of each other. The gun laws are much stricter for us. You know, so we have to go in different states. It's got different laws for guns. So you can't even say you know, oh, where I'm at, you got no, because up here in Maryland, we got to go through a 7-day process before we can even
Facts.
get our gun.
Facts.
We got to get background checked.
Yeah.
We got to take classes. We got to do all this bull crap just to get guns. And a lot of people one thing I can say is that us as black people, we do not want to take that initiative to want to go get our joint the right way, but we can get it on the street for less time. And that's that's the messed up part about it.
Facts.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
Facts. But watch this though, AC. You know the effed up part about it, and I had to find this out the hard way and get everything corrected. Like we back in order, but I had to get everything corrected. I didn't know that. All right, so you want to know? Listen, this is the thing: the trickery in how they get us in Maryland, right? Like the magician or wizard. If you get, you know how they legalize weed.
Yeah.
If you get a weed card, you can't own a firearm.
Can't own a firearm. Oh yeah. Yeah.
So it's like they did it where it's like, okay, niggas, we ain't gonna lock you up for the gas no more, but you can't keep your blicky.
Because what they did was they tried to make that correlation between drug dealers and firearms. Oh yeah, because every drug dealer gotta carry a firearm. You know, so it's kind of, it plays on that narrative. You know what I'm saying? It plays any narrative they paint, that they paint and put on the media, stuff like that. Guaranteed, it's a target. It's targeted for a specific class of people.
Yeah.
Because I know uh full blown vets who have marijuana cards, and they still got their
Exactly.
firearms and stuff, and they even made a petition to get that law changed.
You talking about down Union Station?
Yeah,
I know it. Yeah, hip. I'm
yeah,
already
they
hip.
made a
Yeah,
petition
native.
to get that law changed so
Yep.
that they can still purchase firearm because a lot of them are medical vets. So they just wanted to make that correlation between oh yeah, drug dealers and come on, let's really be honest. Let's really be honest. White people sell drugs at the same rate that black people sell drugs. At the same rate.
No, no,
You know
no,
what I'm
no,
saying?
no, no, no. I would have to say, I would think that they do it on a slightly, if not more higher scale than us, simply because of how laws are constructed. Like, let's just take the you get some soft as opposed to some ready. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's all for that, you know what I'm saying, for the white boy, gonna run them a lot less time than that ready is
Then
for
that
us.
cook, then that cook.
Now
Yeah, cause
watch
now
this.
it's a
Now watch this.
manufactured.
Now watch this. Now watch this. 9 times out of 10, it could be the same thing, right? So
Hmm.
the white boy can have the ready. I mean the soft, and he's just using it,
Hmm.
right? Which is
Recreational.
dangerous, right? But listen though, it's dangerous because you're on it. We
Hmm.
can never touch the shit, and all we doing is getting paper, and it's
Right.
even worse. Stop playing with
Right.
me.
And you know what's crazy though? But this the part that I always had a problem with. If you're gonna do this with people with drugs and stuff like that, why not do this with people who have alcohol addictions? Because let's be honest, a alcohol fueled anger is way worse than a person who just smoked weed with a gun.
Man, what?
Because now that alcohol is ready to
Bruh,
change your mood swing and stuff like, bro. I seen the guy that shot his wife with the shotgun
bruh.
on a drunk
I
rage.
I've
That
never
was a
I've
white dude.
I've never in my day hit like 2 J's. It's me and a homie, and we just kicking back on the session. And I went on ahead and we fired up 2 good ones. And out of nowhere, my brain says, let's go blow up
Let's
somebody's
go.
mailbox. No, nigga.
Yo, you feel
Hey,
me?
no. You wanna know what comes to my mind? You know what? You know what? Waffles and peanut butter and jelly sound real good right now.
Real talk.
You try
Real talk. We
you
gonna
try
make
to
this a
go, hey
sandwich.
look, hey look, hey look. You try to go play some Tekken. You
Yo, real talk. Hold on.
like real
7-Eleven
shit.
still open? Yo,
Right.
7-Eleven still open?
Hey
We go.
look, hey look, hey look. Let's get some Doritos and we gonna sneak some chili and cheese because you know they be tripping.
Because exactly,
Real
exactly, bro. Like, come on, man. Like, and that's the problem, bro. Alcohol, uh,
alcoholic.
rage. Yeah,
Yeah.
alcoholic rage, bro, is a lot worse than any kind of drug for real to me, because
Hey look,
alcohol changes your mood swing drastically, bro.
bro.
That's why I don't drink. That's why I don't drink, because I'm guilty of that. That's why I can say that.
How you gonna tell me I want to go commit all these crimes, but I wound up getting high? Now I'm too lazy and I don't even remember what I was gonna do in the first place. I'm sitting on the couch with your ass like, nigga, what was we gonna go do again?
And bro,
Hey
amen,
look, hey look, hey look,
amen, bro,
hey look, we got guns on our lap. We got gloves on. We still don't
amen, bro.
stop playing with me, dog. Like, or we sitting there, we got the guns in our lap. You know what I'm saying? We got the gloves on and everything, and then we just bust around. We hit the J like, yeah, let's go do this. And then look, that gas be great, and you be like, you know what, bro?
I
Maybe
don't
this
even
shit ain't
feel
even
like
as serious.
right.
Maybe it ain't even as serious as we thought it was, nigga.
Hmm.
Like real
Real
shit.
talk.
Though. But let's go ahead and get back to the video. Let me know when you want me to push pause on this, man. I digress. My mic is muted. The time right now is 7:17 p.m. East Coast Standard Time, and I thank you all so much for tuning in. Let's rock out.
No, we're talking about the crime. You went from 50 to 80.
A majority of people are responsible for the majority of the crime.
Okay, so let's debate that point. Can we debate that point?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Yes.
So let's I'm gonna help you because you said you're not an intellectual, so I'm gonna help you out a little bit.
Thank you.
With the percentage that you brought up, is it 50% of crimes committed? Yes or no?
No, it's 50% of people arrested.
Okay, cool. So we understand that when you say 15% of the crimes 50% of the crimes committed, violent crime, actually, we're not talking about white collar crime. It's not DUIs, none of those other things. And you do know the group of people who actually commit the most.
Yeah, I gotta go ahead and hit this because the way he about to walk him the fuck down is awesome. Excuse my language, I apologize. The way he about to walk him down is out of this world. Let's go.
DUIs and unalive people the most in DUIs, right? Do you know?
Yeah, that's also the group of people who are the largest inside of the country. And I'm talking about comparatively.
Right.
So
but it's per capita. No. It's per capita. It's per capita, not raw numbers. No. Hold on. It's per capita, not raw numbers. So like white people commit more crime, raw numbers. It's per capita, my God. DUIs are per capita. It's not raw numbers. Raw numbers you would be correct, but it's also correct in per capita when it comes to DUIs. You know that, right?
I didn't know that. But
yeah. So you know those things don't go under the murder statistics, correct?
What I know of what goes into the homicide statistics is the fact that you have a higher concentration of people who live together that commit these violent crimes against each other.
But I'm asking you about the DUI. Do you know that DUI?
But what group of people does that not apply to? What group of people do you know that isn't smothered in? So you telling me that prisons that don't have a lot of, like, in a section them off, and it's like we're gonna put all the Aryans here, we're gonna put all the Bloods here, or the whatever. You trying to tell me they still don't have? You trying to tell me they still don't have violence that goes on? You trying to tell me that if you take a town or a group of people in certain cities and areas and you condense them and you deprive them of certain things, I don't care if it's in Chicago or if it's in Bangladesh or if it's in the Congo somewhere, wherever on planet Earth, you try and tell me that they're not going to have problems because they're all piled up on top of each other and resources are low. So what group of people does that not apply to? Before you try to make it exclusive to my people with your dumb ass.
Who cares about DUI?
No, I'm just bringing you because I'm bringing you. No, it wouldn't be a red herring. I'm giving you the logic so you can understand what I'm trying to say. The number that number as well. You do realize, because I want you to see if you.
Did you say something, Native?
No, I'm listening.
Okay.
Understand the per capita and how that operates. So that's actually crimes committed.
I understand how per capita.
Okay. I'm just making sure. So when you say 13% of the population commit 50% of the crimes, that's not actually true. What you're talking about is people who get arrested. So I'll give you an example. If there are 10 black people in a room and one of them has a warrant, well, guess what? That cop may not know which one is who. So if he knows that this person is in this room, well, guess what? A few of those people might get arrested for that same exact thing. But until they find out and ID everybody, that doesn't mean that 10 people got arrested for a warrant. That means one person is the one who they're looking for, but 10 people might get arrested. But when they ask you for your ID, when they ask you for your information, they're going to find out what your race is.
Is that true?
Pause that for a second.
Yeah, is that true or not? I got you.
Nah, that's dead. That's dead on. And then on top of that, are we even going to talk about the wrongfully committed convicted people? You know, oh yeah, you fit the description. Were we talking about these people too? Because if we talking about the fit the description people too, you know, it's a lot of them who get. Matter of fact, I was ready to do a live today. I'm trying to get my Streamlabs fixed on my computer.
Bro, I'm working on a lot of stuff with mine too. Go ahead though.
Yeah, this lady got wrongfully convicted off in Detroit. She got wrongfully convicted off a facial recognition scam. which is the new thing now. You know, the face recognition. So
Right.
so are we talking about them? Because even that adds up to the quote unquote count that he's talking about.
Hmm. Man, that's interesting, bro. Nah, I like that you told me that. You know what? I want you to hit me on the back end, bro. My IG or something, bro. And give me more information on that because I may want to look into that and may do another story on that too.
Yeah. All right, I got you.
Real shit.
I'll send
Yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah. Send me
I'll
that.
send you
Send
that
me that.
link. Yeah,
All right.
because
Bet.
that situation is, and then on top of that, just to give y'all a little insight. On top of that, I just want I want to put this. I want to say this real quick. Um, the person, Supreme Court, right?
Okay. Okay. Uh-huh.
Supreme Court just now lifted kind of like a ban that they had on ICE, to where as though they can racially profile people, and this is in Los Angeles.
So
So like
basically, real quick, ICE has quote unquote rabbit ears, stop and frisk type authority. Got you.
yeah. All right, so look, listen to this real quick. This from the Washington Post. You know what I'm saying? It says the U.S. Supreme Court on Monday lifted and lowered court's ban on immigration agents racially profiling of Latinos in Southern California back in Donald Trump immigration crackdown. The order is temporarily as the suit continues in lower courts, but it indicates a majority of the court is likely to side with Trump defense um against them, against them, and targeting Latino and Spanish speaking workers for immigration enforcement, violating the US Constitution's Amendment. So basically, if you fit the description and you speak Spanish, oh yeah, they coming to get you. Just off that. You know what I'm saying? So now you're getting convicted. You're gonna be held. You're gonna uh, be held until they can actually identify who you are and let you
Yep.
know if you're gonna be released or not.
You're gonna
And it
be
ain't
detained. Yeah, yeah. They're gonna
yeah.
detain you, and you're gonna be on what they call basically a federal ICE hold. It's a federal hold, basically. I know
Mm-hmm.
exactly what you're talking about. Yep, that is true.
Yeah.
Yep.
And let's be honest, bro. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get booked. So that means they're gonna document that. They can't just take you off the streets and not document that they took you off the street. They're gonna have to document you, put you into the system. So now you're adding to the crime rate.
God damn. And that's how all of these numbers get skewed.
There we go.
God damn it, Jim. Let's keep on rocking out. Let's keep on learning. The time right now is 7:26 p.m. East Coast Standard Time. I thank everybody so much for tuning in. Let's keep on rocking out. Respect to the family.
So cops have to do a report when they arrest people, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So if someone unalive somebody, if someone steals something from a store, who you with, they're gonna arrest everybody. So that doesn't mean that 30 black people got convicted of stealing from the store. That means 30 black people who happen to be in this area got arrested for possibly one person that stole from the store. So you understand how the numbers could be manipulated. Now let's add something more onto that as well. So because we're gonna walk this all the way down. So not only is it arrest, but it also doesn't take into account people who identify
Recidivism.
Huh?
Recidivism.
Yeah, it also doesn't take into account people who identify as biracial in the country. Now, what do you think the majority of people who are biracial, what do you think they identify as in the country?
Gray. Black and white. Gray.
Shut up.
Right? Biracial. Black and white. Gray. What's wrong?
You serious?
I feel like you trolling, bro. What do they identify as?
Hold on,
What do
you
they?
said biracial.
No.
You're saying biracial, so more than one ethnicity.
What do they identify as?
And you 53 years old, and you telling us all about how you traveled all around the country. You are a Pakistani in small hat who is a Trump supporter who has traveled all around this country as much as you say, and you can't answer.
On paper, my
Bruh.
guy.
And
What's up,
pause
Native?
that real quick, right?
I got you, Native.
And you know, is extra funny because him being a Pakistani who has a Trump hat on is blasphemy, period, bruh. Because didn't he just go on a whole tangent about locking them out the country? I
Come
could have
on
sworn.
now. Come on now.
I could have sworn Trump went on a whole tangent about locking them out the country. So, so, bro, like, what are we doing? What are we doing here, bro? What are we really doing here, bro?
Shit
You know what I'm
crazy.
saying?
Shit
Like,
crazy.
yeah, man, is low key pathetic, bro. It's low key pathetic, bro. Like, these people really think, you know, they're smarter, like they're smarter than the average bear, but y'all really not though.
No.
They really
Watch
not.
it. No. Watch this, Native. They really think that they're smarter than no. They think that that we are the only ones that's not smarter than them. Like maybe somebody from another who they think has culture and
Right.
background. You see what I'm saying? It's a
Mm-hmm.
direct disrespect to us as native Black
Mm-hmm.
Americans. Let's keep on going.
Can identify.
Bro, you just remember you asked me before how I identify on paper, and I couldn't tell you because on my license right now it says race. There's nothing there. I have never had to fill out.
Pause
A
that.
bullshit.
Pause that. You want to know why? Because when y'all come over here, they automatically label y'all under Caucasian. This is why Caucasian's race is more superior than the black. That's why everybody says it's more white people on in America than it is black. Yeah, but you document it that way. Yes, you're right. Because when y'all come over here, they label y'all under Caucasian. They don't put y'all under other. Y'all go under Caucasian.
That's crazy.
Hey, but besides
You
just
would
saying
have
the
had
census,
to.
I don't know.
Okay, you don't know anything, so I don't even care to ask you questions anymore. Look, they identify as black 9 times out of 10. So when a biracial person, even though they're equally white and they're equally as black, on paper, on the census, they're gonna go under the construct of black because you know what the one drop rule is. Well, you probably don't even know what that is. The one drop rule.
You know about the one drop rule, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In America.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know what the one drop.
Right.
Rule is.
So if you have one drop of that.
What you say?
No. I'm listening.
Okay.
Black blood, they're not going to identify you as black. Even though you may have 50% white and 50% black, more than likely you're going to identify as black on paper. So what that means is their crimes go under the black crimes, quote unquote, black crime statistics as well. Not only that, and this is what I was bringing up, is why you probably brought up the African and Caribbean thing. You do realize, like, when Africans and Caribbeans come over to America, they identify as black on paper as well. When they're
what evidence do you have of that? What evidence do you have of that?
What evidence do I? Because you have to identify. What can you identify as if you're an African and you come to America?
How do you know that they identify?
Let's prove it right now.
Do you hear the? Watch how he try to fake answer.
Let's prove it right now. Let's prove it right now. For all the Africans and the Caribbeans in here, no disrespect to y'all, what do you guys identify as on paper when you come to America?
I don't want to hear from you.
I'm gonna tell you what they identify as because I know endless of them. They identify as where they come from. All right. Now he's gonna say something, but anybody who's from Jamaica, they say I'm from Jamaica. I'm Jamaican. Anybody who's from Haiti, they say I'm Haitian. Anybody who's from TT, Trinidad, Tobago, they're gonna say that. You see where I'm at? Like on some real talk though. Did I drop you?
Nah, my phone died. I was on the phone. That joint died.
Okay. Nah. You good. Nah, but real talk though, like anybody who's from those places, they don't claim us as like African American, Black American. They just tell you where they're from. That's a fact. A Black Dominican is going to say they're Dominican. So stop playing with me. Let's go.
The crowd.
Oh, so now let's think. Oh, so now you don't want to hear from the actual Africans and Caribbeans. You are getting intellectually demolished. I'm spanking that ass.
Get out that I don't want.
I am spanking that ass. You don't want to hear it because it's the truth. So the truth is they identify as Black. So it's no diss to Africans. There's no diss to Caribbeans. But when they come over here and commit crimes, some of them do. What happens is that goes under the crime statistics as well. So and they call it Black crime as a whole. They're not going to say the Nigerian did it. They're not going to say the Jamaican did it. They're going to say the Black American did it. And you personally, you even said it when you were speaking. You said the Black American community. You didn't say the Haitian community. You didn't say the Ethiopian community. They identify as Black on paper. Not only that, not only that, hold on, you got to be quiet. You got to stop talking. I don't want to be muting you, but you got to.
You say something, Native? Yeah. I got you.
Mm-hmm.
Huh? You say what?
He's cooking.
Yeah, he cooking, right? Like shit, bruh. Like I really like this right here. Let's go.
Stop talking, because I'm debunking this point, and I almost guarantee that you're not going to have a logical argument to respond to me. And for you to have 50,000 followers is the same to me, because you're not a good debater whatsoever. But I'll add more to this. So not only that, even some Latinos, some people who
Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that I keep on popping this up, right? I'm going to make sure that we actually, like, real talk. He is, right? He is. But listen though, I'm going to pop it up, and I know mine is kind of glitching because YouTube playing funny games with like the signal and stuff, but I want us to pay attention to main man's body language. Notice how all the funny, weird stuff he starts doing, the more my man starts cooking. In debates, in discussions, body language is so important. Eye contact, shifting and moving, can't stop fidgeting. All of this is so important. Hey, who we give our shout out to, AC?
Salute. I was just ready to say,
you already know.
Salute to Grump,
You already
bro.
know. Shout out to Grump, man. Grump be doing that, man.
Non-verbal cues.
Non-verbal cue. So hey, we about to be on our Grump time right now, man. Shout out to Grump, man. Salute. We're gonna go ahead and be on our non-verbal cues. Let's go.
sometimes may be Dominican, some people who sometimes may be Puerto Rican, they also identify as Black on paper.
Look at how he has to turn away. He's turning away. Look, while he's talking, he has to now turn away. You know what I'm saying? Now, just keep on peeping.
Not all of them, but a good amount of them identify as Black on paper as well.
He is very uncomfortable.
So they also go under those statistics as well. So when you have places like New York, when you have places like DC, we have places like Florida who have a high immigrant population. Well, they're in.
Yeah, you see it. You see
it. That face rub when he grabs.
Yeah, you saw it, right?
Yeah, that face rub. That's a cue. That's a nonverbal cue of dang, bro. Hold up. How do I get back into this conversation? Right now, he's winning. How do I get back? That's a form of thinking. It's the same way that guy sits on the rock with his hand on his hip and his hand on his chin. That's the same. That's the same thing as that. When he rubs that beard, he rubs his face. It's like, all right, how do I get back? Because now you're rubbing your chin. You're trying to figure out, how do I get back in this conversation? What am I thinking about? How do I debunk what he's saying? But I can't debunk what he's saying because he's dropping too many facts all at one time.
Man, stop playing with it. Hey, like, though. Now let's keep on going. Let's see what we got. Let's go ahead and pull it back up. All right, let's see what we got. Let's go.
In these cities, and they commit crimes too. So those go under those. Now you have to let me finish and stop talking. You can't. You have to calm down. So those are going to go under those numbers as well. So when
he's rocking back and forth in his chair a lot more than at first he was sitting still. The rocking back and forth, he's trying to get comfortable.
bring up this 1350 argument, you're not bringing it up with full context. Because I'm sure you would agree that if I was to reverse the roles, because even in the white community, you know, the white crime is higher than it actually is, right?
What evidence do you have of that?
Because people like you, who all of a sudden don't know who you identify as, you identify on paper as a Caucasian. When a lot of Adams come over here, when they come
rocking back and forth, he's trying to get back comfortable, bro. Go ahead.
Didn't I say that? Didn't I say that? I said this brother right here, when they come over here, they identify as a white man. He just told y'all that. That's why he don't know what he's classified as, because once you came over here, they automatically classified you as one of them.
Man, come on now. You already know, Native. Let's keep on rocking out.
To America, they identify as Caucasian on paper. When a lot of Puerto Ricans come over here, they identify as Caucasian on paper. 50% of Puerto Ricans identify as Caucasian when they come to America. Even though America owns Puerto Rico, its territory, they still identify as white on paper. So other people who come over here, see, even some Latinos,
keep rubbing his face. Keep rubbing his face. Peep it now.
The Mexicans also do that as well. A lot of Mexicans identify and they can click two or more.
Why?
They click two or more boxes. They will click white and they will click Hispanic or Latino. So those are two different races.
And what that is trying to divert your attention, even if it's something as small as like looking at your nails. You're trying to divert because you're uncomfortable in how much you cannot say shit to what is being said. You can say Nathan.
They're identifying as. So even in the white community, the white crime rate is actually higher than when it actually is. And again, that also goes under arrest as well. So
that lean in was him looking at the chat and he just saw some shit and he like, oh shit, he cooking.
So when you say these things, you have to add context to it. You don't want to add context to it, but let's add context to this. You come from the Middle East. Your people stone people to death. Your people cut off the clitorises of women when they have sex. Your community does all of these things. You behead people. You guillotine people. You come from that. So
you see all of that he doing? All of that, it's all deflection. He's not clowning him. He's deflecting. He's saying, God damn it. How the hell does your American black ass know all of this? I was told that y'all don't know shit outside of Jordans and goddamn drill music. How the hell do you have all this information? How are you cooking me like this? How do you know this? We look. When I got off the plane, like all the stories I heard back home was y'all don't know shit. You are the group of blacks that don't know shit. How are you coming off like this? And you know, you don't have a suit on. You know, you got on like a very, very, you know, like a graffiti type, you know what I'm saying, beanie on with a hoodie, and you just flaming shit. You just flaming shit. How are you doing this? I was told your kind is not capable of doing this. Stop playing with me.
My question is, for you to be an immigrant, for you to be an immigrant who came over to America and you found this new patriarch, I'm so patriotic, and I'm patriotic. This is my country. My family's been here since the 1700s. I trace my lineage back to 1723. You can't. You are a direct descendant of people from the Middle East. So my question is, instead of you being so worried,
look at how the hat turned to the side. All of this is him. He's so uncomfortable. He got a fiddle with his hat. He don't know how to sit still. It's fucking with him. I swear on life, it's irking. It's irritating his soul. I'm telling you, it's touching his soul. It's pinching his heart. It's pinching his nerves. He can't sit still.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm surprised he ain't say the N-word yet.
Hey, look. Let's keep on going.
He ain't dropped the N-word yet.
Let's keep on going, Native.
About the Black American community who paved the way for you to bring your nasty ass over here. My question is, why do you? Yeah, they did. They actually did, because if it wasn't for us, you'd be back at home. You'd be back at home.
What do you? Sit still. Sit still. You are 2 to 3 times his age. You're in his fifth. You're in your 2 times. You're in your 50s. I think he's in his like early to mid 30s. Hold your composure. You make us, as who call ourselves the OGs. See, again, I'm going to point it out. Look at the gray in the beard. That's supposed to be a symbol. I'm going to always remind us of what that's really supposed to mean. When you get gray in your beard, your eyebrows, your hair, anything, that means that you live long enough to know enough. That means that you actually are supposed to be one that the community are supposed to be able to look to for any form of advice and or guidance. You know, we take for granted, you know, we try to turn it into something sexual and pervert it, and oh yeah, silver fox. That's cool and all, but on some real talk, when you get gray in your beard, you are supposed to be past certain things. You supposed to be past certain mentalities and walks of life. You supposed to be one of the ones that we can look to and say, that gray is a representation of everything you done been through and everything that you done made it through. And you defile it. You defile it when you act like this. And I'm only saying this because I'm one that's coming up on his sage stage. I'm one coming up on that silver fox, if you want to say. But no, I call it one who has really stepped into his elder form of enlightenment.
Amen. Amen.
Let's stop playing with it, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead, man.
Yo, bro, that's why I tell people, bro, like if you're in your 50s and you're dyeing your beard to try to be young, this is why the young folks don't respect us. It's because you're not embracing the age limit. You're trying to be a Toys R Us kid your whole life. You know, you don't want to grow up. You know what I'm saying?
You still trying to be Jeffrey.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to grow up. And that's why I don't cut my facial hair. You know what I'm saying? I let all my grays show. I'm only 39, bro, and I got mad grays. And I take that as a symbol of life. That
man, you made it, bro. You made it. Yeah. You know, I had a young blood that tried to, like, you know, was fascinating, man. Like, you know, you get like, you know, where our head is, and it's like, not to divert too much because I'm gonna get right back to the topic and we're gonna push play on this, but like, try to get shamed for like, oh, you old, you this age. And I'm just sitting here saying to myself, that means that I'm smart enough to make it this far. What are you talking about? You know, when it comes to us as Black Americans, that shit is like the goddamn Squid Games. And I said GOT, not GOD. Don't play with me. Yeah, it's like the goddamn Squid Games. Bruh, it's like each level is a new test. And if you don't pass that test, dog, you off that moment. Not many of us make it to that final stage. So I recognize that shit. But with that being said, I digress. My mic is muted. The time right now is 7:45 p.m. East Coast Standard Time. I thank you all so much for tuning in. Let's keep on rocking out. Let's go.
If it wasn't for us, right? You'd be back at home. You would be back at home and you would be having sex with a mummy. But unfortunately,
let me know when you want me to pause.
You know, well, I can say unfortunately. Fortunately for you, we were able to give you an opportunity to come over here. But my question is, why all of the things that you do in your degenerate homeland? Why don't you talk about corruption that goes on? Why don't you talk about pedophilia that goes on? Why don't you guys talk about all of the bombings that happen? Why don't you guys talk about all of the things that happens in your community?
You say something, Native?
No, not yet.
See, it's easy for you to flee your homeland and come over to America and then try to assimilate to whiteness and just get this newfound patriotic ass energy inside of you. But my question is, why don't you ever talk about your own community? Because as you might not know me, you probably don't watch my videos. I have dozens of videos where I'm holding my community accountable. See, this is something that you don't do. It's something that I do, and I'm going to prove it to you. There's a channel. It's called Ant CEO. It's my actual personal YouTube channel. And what I do on my channel is I hold my community accountable for things that we do and what we don't do, and I call us out for the.
I want to say that the whole calling and keeping and holding us accountable, we are not capable of doing that. The only thing you are capable of doing is holding yourself accountable and being of some form of influence to the rest that see how much you hold yourself accountable. If enough people respect how you hold yourself and how you keep yourself in a certain position, in a certain frame, they will follow suit. A lot of times we don't even have to talk too much about what it is we're going to do and how we're going to do it. All we have to do is just be of a certain influence. And you'll just find people that just one day you just around them and you're like, oh, I see you. Yeah, nah, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know, it was like, and you just look and you like, that's what's up. You just peep how folks will follow suit if they see that you stay firm on your square and you stand on all 10. What you got, Native?
They he come over he's like made it seem like he come over here for and get money for coming over here or something like he came over here for the money. It's like, bro, you come over here and get money. Like they give y'all certain kind of money for y'all living.
Oh yeah, incentives.
Yeah. So that's why you can see them owning Dunkin' Donuts and gas stations and stuff like that, because they're handed money when they come over here. Unlike the people that's in the US already, you know, we have to work, save up, take out our 401k and stuff like that to even start a business. And that's not even saying we'll be able to get a loan or a grant or something. So a lot of us know how to get them. A wide variety of us don't know how to get them. So y'all handed that stuff when y'all come here. It's a difference. It's a difference. So when they say he coming over here, oh, I'm getting money. Yeah, you know, yeah, of course you're getting money. They paid you to come over here. That go. That's why they classified you as a Caucasian when you got here.
Well, you know something, even down to them classifying them as Caucasians, bruh. Like, it's not about them classifying them as that. When it comes down to the actual faction of life and how things work out for them, do they actually have the Caucasian experience? Or when shit hits the fan, do they wind up having what we call a Negro wake-up call? And they still not even us. But you got so much to say.
Mm-hmm.
See, man, look, it's real deep, bro.
Mm-hmm. That's definitely facts, bro. That's definitely facts. That's why them Africans be crying when they get treated a certain kind of way. It's like, hey, bro, what you thought because you came over here, they gave you a little bit of benefits and all this stuff.
Facts.
You know, you was flexing on the standard black man, that one day you wasn't gonna get that same racial profiling back. Like, come on, bro.
Let's keep on rocking out. And with that being said, I digress. My mic is muted. The time right now is 7:51 p.m. East Coast Standard Time. And I thank you all so much for tuning in.
Things that we do. And I'll show you, actually. I'm going to turn the camera and I'm going to show you, because people like you don't do your research. And I actually bring context to things in a way where I don't have to disrespect my community, but I can hold us accountable and actually give us solutions. You don't do that. So that's my take. You can give your response, and I'll wait for you to have a logical response. And she said you're not an intellectual. I'm gonna go ahead and let you finish.
Right. So you started with the ad hominem attacks, talking about me making coitus with a mummy, but we're gonna look over that.
Not, that was like 5 minutes into what I was saying. I didn't start with that, but go ahead.
But that was an ad hominem attack, correct?
Was it funny?
It was a little funny.
All right, then that's all that matters. Go ahead.
Okay. So you were saying about how you hold the quote unquote black community responsible. And I appreciate that. I didn't know that. Like I said, I came in here and I really didn't
Yeah, I know you didn't know. You don't know a lot, but it's okay. Go ahead.
We know that. We know I don't know much.
And I want us to pay attention how much that happens all the time on the internet. You'll get people that'll get just a little snippet of something, just a little piece of something. Why do you think we all stopped watching mainstream news in the first place? Y'all don't remember what the main narrative was with that? Man, the news only shows us a snippet of something and we don't get the whole story. Why do you think everybody flocked over here to social media, YouTube, Rumble, whatever it may be, and all the other platforms, TikTok, you name it, IG, Facebook, all of it? Because we know that we can get more full detail, but yet we know that we will embrace that, but we will still not seek out that. And folks still like to just, you know what, I just kind of heard something, so depending on if I like you or not, I'm gonna go with that. And that's the problem with social media, to the form of how we receive news. And my point is that that's the gift and the curse. The gift of it is we actually get to get more of a raw, in-depth perspective. The curse is, depending on who you like, depends on who is not gonna, you know, get a fair trial in that whole everything that takes place. And so that's the up and the down with it. But let's keep on going.
I'm not even good at math, but the bank don't care. They still take deposits. What I'm saying to a bigger point is you were upset with the Cartier family for a reason that they were using bad statistics. Is that what this was?
You don't even know what I was upset about, do you?
No, I don't.
So why did you come in here to debate me, my guy?
That's why I said if we could have spent the time getting to know each other, but it would have been.
I don't want to get to know another grown ass man. You 50. I'm trying to get to know a woman. What if I want to get to know you for? I don't know
Facts.
You? What do you mean you don't want?
What do you mean I want to get to know? What do I get to know you for, bro? We on the internet where anybody could be whoever they want to be, bro.
Right.
Like, what are we really talking about here, bro? Like what? I wanted to get to know you. Like, no, bro.
You shrugging your shoulders and looking to the left. I don't know you, sir.
You just asked me if I watch your videos, and I said no, I don't know.
No, you said you.
So if you don't watch the videos, why do you have so much to say about something you have no identification of?
You wanted to debate me. You cash at me $2 like I was a hoe or a prostitute, saying that you wanted to debate me. And thanks for the $2, but you said you wanted to debate me. So I'm like, okay, cool. If you want to debate, I'm sure that if you want to debate me, there's probably something that you disagree with. My only disagreement with the Cartier family was not about ICE. I fuck with ICE. I think anybody that's illegal over here should go back home. I didn't vote for Trump because he didn't have a policy for Black Americans, but I'm not mad at Trump. I like most of the Trump stuff that Trump is doing. I don't have an issue with
it. Hey, AC.
Yeah.
Like, what's your, like, because I mean, me, I'm not real too much into the politics too much. I'm into it just enough to know what's going on in my local county, state, and everything else. What's your take on the whole, like, you know, what Trump has been doing lately? Like, you know, are like even if you didn't vote for him, which I'm sure I know you did, Matt. I know you did, bro. But like, what's your take on at least how he's conducting himself as a president? Are you satisfied as a tax-paying citizen in America?
Let's be honest, bro.
Okay.
Let's be honest about this, right?
Talk about it.
Anybody, first of all, I'm gonna say this, right? Anybody we put in that seat didn't have a game plan for no Black person.
Ooh.
Period. I don't care if Kamala was in there, Joe, or Trump. Nobody had any plan for the Black person.
Okay.
And then the one Black person that we seen went up there, and this is why, you know, I don't like agree with people who was like, oh, we gonna have the first Black woman up there.
Right.
when we had a person go up there, you know, we had Ice Cube. Okay, he's not quote unquote a person that we would expect to want to be up there doing that, but at least he was trying to push forward for the black people.
Hey,
Nobody.
hold on. No, wait. You know, it's only one reason why I have to eliminate Cube. As much as I know what you're saying is real, because it's too easy to muddy the waters. Because there are folks that will say, "Well, what's your problem with Cardi B and Beyonce and everybody else being up there?" So the fact is, I do believe personally, our celebrities, for the most part, should stay out of what happened.
Exactly.
I'm gonna be real with you, bro.
No,
Like, I
I
just
agree with
don't
that.
agree with it at all. Me
I agree
personally.
with that. But the
Yeah.
only thing I can say, to combat that is that at least Cube is trying to push to the black people. You know what
Facts.
I'm
No,
saying?
facts.
He bu-
Facts.
he put a whole basketball league together, and you know it's
Yeah,
predominantly
the
black people.
3-on-3, right? When he was
Yeah,
trying to do the
it's
3-on-3. Yeah.
exactly, and nobody stood behind that. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? None of our
No,
content really like pushed
Actually,
for that.
no. Actually, real quick, because if we're gonna talk about it real quick, let's make sure we give people the real. No, the NBA
Yeah,
specifically blocked him.
yeah.
The NBA blocked that shit. They because they
Hmm.
saw the what they would see the potential to be.
Exactly, exactly.
And they knew that shit would look even down to WNBA. It possibly could have drowned all of that out.
Yeah, that's why they started that one-on-one with the NBA players and stuff like that because they're trying to
Facts.
combat him. But let's not get off the topic though.
Go ahead. Yep,
Um,
facts. Thank you for that.
the reason why I was saying what I was saying is because it didn't matter. It didn't matter. And second of all, second of all, if they didn't put Hillary Clinton in there, which is a white woman, they definitely not putting this black woman in here. We already know that. So it's no point of getting your panties in the bunch because they didn't even want Obama in there. Obama is still getting backlash for all the stuff that he done. Anytime you go back, it goes right back to see Obama the one started this. Obama the one started this. But it started before Obama as well too. But Trump was the only suitable president at that point in time. Nobody else was suitable to run that office. We had a incompetent person. We had a quote unquote black woman, and I don't want to single all black women out, but we know how irrational y'all get sometimes. We know the logic y'all have sometimes ain't always right. Y'all get in y'all feelings, and then y'all just start lashing out doing crazy stuff. So I'm not putting all y'all in there, but I'm just saying it happens. It happens. But
Shit.
but but the reason why Kamala didn't interest me in being a suitable president for the United States is because instead of her getting some valuable resources like a Maya Angelou type person or Obama,
Uh-huh.
Michelle Obama, um,
Right.
somebody with some valor, a black woman with some valor. She went and got Meg the Stallion to come twerk on stage, sing and like a concert, and she got Kelly Rowland. You see what I'm saying? Like, come on, my sisters. I know y'all can do better than that. You see what I'm saying? So what she did was she tried to pander to the black people and how, oh yeah, y'all like entertainers so bad, we're gonna get these entertainers for y'all. We're gonna just have a nice little party. And no, bitch, we don't want to see that. We don't want to see that. We want to know what you gonna do for us. And then when the chance that you had to say that you're gonna do something for us, you say that, oh, I'm not coming here to be no black savior. I'm coming here to be president, and the diaspora gotta worry about that, which means, oh yeah, all y'all low poverty bitches out there gotta figure out what y'all want to do, because I'm only coming here to for a certain kind of class of black people.
Bruh, that shit, you already know. You already know,
So,
native. Like,
I
seriously.
mean, what you want me to do? My hands are full at this point in time. My hands is full. I'ma just go with the guy. Yeah, I mean, that's gonna crack down on stuff. That's gonna at least give a you see. Yeah, I mean, like Putin was playing with Biden, and you know what I'm saying. He don't play with Trump like that. He know
He
Trump
don't.
off his
He don't.
rock.
No. You right. You right. Nah, you right. You right about that.
Yeah, I need a president that's gonna be strong. I need a strong president. I don't need no weak president. I don't need no indecisive president. I need a president that's gonna stand on what he stands on. That's the only person I can agree can go in there. A person that's gonna stand on his business, no matter what. So I mean, I ain't no Trump lover, because I mean, that's just what it is. I ain't no Trump lover, but if we gonna talk, y'all like to say, oh, the lesser of the evils and all this crazy stuff. Well, who's the best president to run this?
Right.
That's all I'm going on.
Let's keep on getting back to this little debate. We got a nice, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think, what we got? Yeah, we got like about, I don't know, 10 more minutes of it left. That's it. So I'm gonna let it play for a nice little second and everything. Let me know when you want me to pause it. Anything you hear, bro. I got you,
All
native. Respect.
Any of those things. I thought. Let me finish. So you can get. So I promise you, I'm not going to be as long-winded as I was before. I never had an issue with the Cartier family calling out black crime or anything like that. Or crime is crime. Racist doesn't have a crime, but whatever. I'm not going to even take it different. I had no issue with them calling it out. My problem is when they brought up 1350 and they're being disingenuous in the context. You have to add context, because we understand that we can add context even in your community. We can add context in the white community. We can add context in the Latino community. We can add context in the African community. But it seems to be only context doesn't matter in the Black American community. So the only thing that I wanted the Cartier family to do was make sure you add context. I have no issue with you calling this shit out. I call it out. I just showed you videos of me calling out the black gang members in LA. I call these niggas out. I call out the degenerate behavior. My issue is, don't call it out and be disingenuous. That was my only thing.
Well, okay, so I'll go ahead and disagree with you with a couple other things, but you seem pretty hot. You were asking somebody to go ahead and, you said pull the thing and put it to your head.
Okay, so let me say this, because this was taken out of context too. I was talking to, when I was cussing and all that, that wasn't to the Cartier family. Do you know that? You probably don't know that.
It seemed like it was right there, bro.
I know. I wasn't talking about the Cartier family. I was talking to somebody in my chat. That was from a live stream. Yeah. So when I was doing that whole entire video reacting to them,
that's okay, but that makes sense now. Okay.
It's not okay. And I actually refuted it, and I said I shouldn't have said that. But that, and I actually apologized for it. I prayed about it. I asked God for repentance for saying that, because I shouldn't have said that. That was completely uncalled for, and I can take accountability. But I wasn't talking to the Cartier family. I was talking to two people in my chat that were talking about my mother. They were talking about it was making personal attacks.
Did you say something, native?
No, I was gonna say something, but no, let it rock.
Okay, bad.
That's why I responded the way I responded in that video. I was not talking about the Cartier family.
Let's take notes down, native. You know what I'm saying? Like little pen and pad or something. You know what I mean? And just kind of write it.
Yeah, that's
you know
what
I mean.
That's what I'm doing. I'm making mental notes real quick.
Man, you sharp. You know we grade A students over here, man. We stay on that dean's list.
He took it out of context. And did you notice the title of the video said Black America spazzes out over ICE and Trump or something like that? So they made it seem like they made it seem like I had an issue with ICE, and then they made it seem like I had an issue with them. And my issue wasn't with them. It was with the two people that was talking shit about me in my chat. That's what it was about. It wasn't to the Cartier family. That was from a live stream. I just made it into a short video.
I was a victim of the circumstance, that clicking on and then not taking full context of what was going on. But I want you to understand that I didn't come in here trying to, like, oh, I know what this guy's about. I didn't do no research. I don't even know what you're about. I just said, yo, he's got a bigger platform than me on YT, and I have a bigger platform. And I was trying to find you.
I ain't do no research. I was just searching on IG. I ain't do no research. I was just so we know how people do shit, how social media work, y'all. So if you get somebody talking a whole bunch of big wild geek and crazy shit out their monkey ass mouth, just note 9 times out of 10, no, they did not do no research. They just probably listened to their best friend named Terry on Facebook, because Terry knows every goddamn thing.
I was ready to say that. That's 90% of the white community that has a problem with black people that they see, is that they're going off false statistics of other people, saying things, and
like
they're running with different narratives, because let's just be honest. If we look at 90% of the white people, how many white people really interact with black people on a regular?
Man, that shit crazy, dog. That shit crazy.
You see what I'm saying?
The numbers are astronomical.
Yeah, like they don't it's not to say that they're racist or nothing like that. It's to say that they tend to stick with their own community. Just like us as black people, we don't go searching for white people to be friends with. We stick with our own community. So
fact.
If we really break down, the statistics of this, is that they really don't know nothing about us. They only see what the media is putting out.
This is the part too. When he was saying, like earlier, so he was saying how what you mean not tribal? Yeah, America's tribal. So exactly what you just said. White people, exactly what you just explained, they do that more so in a tribal sense. They stick to their own more so in a tribal sense. We stick to our own more so in a safety in numbers, like there's safety in numbers sense. So there is a difference in mentality. Although on the outside view, it can be seen as, no, y'all doing the exact same thing. But what is the inside mentality that is formulated when it comes to why said group is doing this and why said group is doing that? Let's keep on rocking out, Native. Let's see what we got
on TikTok. But as I'm sure you know, there's like 5 or 6 people that got bigger followers than you, and it's all your clips. Is that a fan page for you?
Yeah, I know. It's a bunch of people that got fan pages of me. I tried to DM them and they wouldn't respond, so I just said it's helping me at the end of the day. So I don't give a fuck at this point.
Yeah, but you can take that to well, that's a separate story. You can take that to TikTok, bro. You can either have that take down, or you can propose them to them through that way. But my problem is, this is my big problem. I am, like I said when I came in here, there's this differentiate, especially me being somebody who has my father cannot stand that community. The YN community. And when I say YN, I mean specifically that. I'm not.
What? Listen, though. So why do you want to just talk about the YN community, but do you have any education on as to why what we have named, you're using something of a term that we have dubbed, that is our shit. You're using our language and you don't even know what the F it means. But everybody want to say we don't have no culture or nothing, right? But y'all use our terminologies and man, stop playing with me, dog. Let's keep going.
Talking about Black Americans. I'm not talking about, whatever, combination or melting pot of races that you want to put together that fit under one umbrella. That's not what I'm talking about. That's why I said specifically, on average, the dudes that are coming around carrying the pipes and switches, it will be used as a narrative to stop the ability.
What I don't understand. What about the young white boys going into local educational systems with AR-15s? What the fuck are we talking about?
Yeah, what? Hold on, pause that for a second. what about the YC? We gonna call him a YC. What about the YC that ran up into a daggone market and shot the black old ladies and the people out there? What about the YC that ran up in the black church and shot up the black church? What about the YCs that daggone put a bomb in the finish line of the Boston race and then try to run?
Stop playing with me.
What are we really talking about here?
Stop playing with me.
What are we really talking about? It's a
Preach.
lot of YCs. It's a lot of YCs that do dumb stuff.
Preach.
The YC that got stabbed by the young boy. If we look at his background was nothing but being a daggone criminal.
Preach. Stop playing with me, dog.
Man.
And in case y'all don't know, YC stands for Young Caucasian. Let's keep on going.
Law and order in the cities, which has to happen. 20%, or excuse me, the Democratic base, the base of the Democratic Party, one of their bases is college-educated suburban housewives. They are a plus 20 demographic for the Democratic Party. They only came home in the exit polling for this last election, 12%. The conservatives stole, and I did vote, the conservatives stole 8 points from a Democratic base because they don't like Trump. They don't like that he's arrogant. They don't like that he's pompous, but he's able to protect
what are
people
you talking
and
about?
provide the suburbs with the protection that they need.
What that got to do with anything right now? You're just saying. See, this is more of that talk radio, white people talk. You know what I'm saying? They just say anything. You know, and they got nothing to do. They got nothing to do with you just saying anything about why your dad don't like YNs. That's it. That's it. And to be honest about that, you know what I'm saying? The reason why these YNs in Chicago got switches and guns like that is because white people went over there and dropped off a box of guns and all that stuff. It's like they did with the so-called war on drugs. Right. They're putting this stuff in those communities.
The crime bill. Yeah.
Exactly. They putting that stuff in those communities for a purpose.
Yeah. That's crazy, man.
When have you ever seen a military truck just ride through and just drop a box out the back? Like, oh, we just dropped the box out the back. We don't even know where we dropped it at. Come on, bro. Be honest.
Let's keep on rocking out. And with that being said, I digress. My mic is muted. The time right now is 8:14 p.m. East Coast Standard Time, and I thank you all so much for tuning in. Let's go.
So my thing is, if it's just to be acknowledged by the people who hate Trump the most, why can't the black and you? If you disagree with me, then you can go ahead. And
why are you speaking, bro? How many black people are you around, my guy?
Too many.
Well, clearly you around the same types because, bro, most black people. First of all, bro, you have a very I don't even care to go. Bye, go then. Bye. You want too damn much. First of all, bro, I think you have a very misled concept of where do you live?
I live in Bikini Bottom. I grew up in New York. I grew up in New Jersey. I spent a couple years in the Caribbean because I had to get out of the country. I spent 2.
So you're a Pakistani in small hat who's been in New York, New Jersey, Bikini Bottom. All right. You know what I'm saying? You even been backstage on Saturday Night Snick. Listen. All right. So we get it. You have been everywhere in the world, which means that you're not grounded in nothing. You yourself, as much shit as you talk, the reason why you keep floating around is because truly in your heart, truly in everything of you trying to figure out who you are. You trying to figure out where you belong. You so torn in between yourself, you can't figure that shit out. So what do? You lash out because you can't figure you out. You choose to lash out. And what do we come to the conclusion of, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen? We come to the conclusion of hurt people do the best that they can to hurt people, but they can only hurt the people who aren't mentally strong enough to recognize where the foolery and the effery is coming into play. Let's keep on rocking out.
2 years in the Netherlands. I went and I visited many other places, but actually living outside the U.S. I've lived in Texas. I've lived in Arizona. I've lived all over the place. But mainly, I was raised in New York.
Okay, so
that's why I have.
Okay, so the problem was,
you know, the main thing I probably would have asked them, and shout out to the brother, but this is the one question I would say wasn't asked. Where are you grounded? Where are you rooted? Like, if you was to claim anywhere from Pakistan, small hat country, you know what I'm saying? Arizona, New Jersey, New York, all these other places, what are you grounded in? Like, if anybody, like, if you was to throw up or to claim anything, what is it? I want to know that. Let's keep going.
What you're saying is, and this again, this is no disrespect to Africans or Caribbeans, but nowhere that you said it was a majority Black American population. Not one. New York is not a majority Black American. Can you let me respond and stop being immature? So the majority of the majority of the population in New York are actually not Black Americans. It's actually African and Caribbean and Latino immigrants.
What did he say?
What did he say?
Body language. Pay attention to these body language.
Yeah, where? Hold up. First of all, where at in New York? Because if you go to the left, you could be, like you said, in the Puerto Rican side. If you go to the right, you could be in the white side. You know, if you stay in the middle, you could be in the Puerto Rican black side or the white black side. So where at in New York are we talking about? Because New York, even though it's small, it's still big at the same time. Then we talking about New Jersey. What part of New Jersey are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Because you got the what I call the Jersey Shore side, the fist pumping.
I got you. Right.
You know, the fist pumping side, where we know that ain't nothing but daggone like Italian people and stuff like that. And then you got, you know, the side that's kind of closer to the PA side, which is majority white people. Then you got your little segment in the middle where it could be a vast amount of Black people.
Then you got your parts where like Red Man's from like Newark and things
exactly.
You know
exactly. So what parts are we talking about here? Because he's absolutely right when he says, I mean, those areas that you just named are not heavily Black people areas. And then we definitely know Texas ain't. I mean, like, we know Texas not.
Facts.
You said Netherlands. We know damn sure there ain't no Black people out there in the Netherlands.
Facts.
I mean, what are we talking about here?
Let's see. Let's keep on rocking out.
Majority of the population in New York who happen to be melanated, or a lot of times they're Dominicans, they're Jamaicans, they're Nigerians. The majority of those people are not Black American. So my problem is, you say what?
Pull it up on your screen over there, dog.
I mean, we can pull it up. I mean, we can. Why don't you pull it up? We can pull it up.
Hold on, let me grab my phone.
Go ahead.
I don't have a setup like you. I'm getting there though, fam. I'm getting there. Yo, on a side note though, would you be willing to?
Hey, I'm just gonna point it out while we here. His shirt is crazy. This nigga has a million.
Your shirt is wild.
He got
a Trump
his shirt. He got a million Trump faces, bruh. His shirt is crazy.
Hop onto and whenever time you want, whenever works for you, hop onto my page so I could host you there, and we'll do like a side by side, like we both share the screen.
We can do that on YouTube. I'm not doing it on TikTok because most of my supporters don't watch me.
Because I only have like 400 subscribers on YouTube, so that would help me out a lot. If you would do that on YouTube, I'd really appreciate that.
We could talk about it. Maybe you had to cash at me again, but we could talk about it.
Jesus. All right, cool.
Nah, you definitely go ahead.
What are we looking up? We're looking up the concentration.
I want you to look up the amount of people in New York that come from immigrant background.
Hold on. Are we talking? Because you could be Eastern
not
European.
Not European. I'm talking about people who grow up in these inner cities. So the Bronx, Harlem, not Harlem, but the Bronx, Jersey, all of these places. So this includes Latinos, this includes Africans, and this includes Caribbeans.
Okay, so how does this sound? How about concentration of dark-skinned non-natives in the tri-state area?
No, because the tri-state area would include.
What is it? What is
What is that?
What is that, bro?
Yeah, that's not even worded
He just
right,
made
bro.
some shit up.
Yeah, that's not even worded right. That's not what he said, bro. That's not.
Hold on. I gotta hear how he said that again, bro. Hold on. What did he just say, bro? Hold on.
This includes Africans and this includes Caribbeans.
Okay, so how does this sound? How about concentration of dark-skinned non-natives in the tri-state area?
It basically sounds like
Because I hate you, coward ass niggas. You a punk ass nigga.
okay,
Nah,
all right.
for real.
It literally sounds like
God have mercy upon us.
all right, go ahead, AC.
Nah, hey, I gotta salute this brother for holding his composure, bro. Because that would have triggered me, bro. I ain't even gonna cat. That would have triggered me. You should have seen my face just now when he was like, what
Oh man.
what is that, bro?
Shit, let's go.
No, because the tri-state area would include upstate New York. Am I right?
Yeah, it would be Connecticut, New Jersey,
No,
and
we wouldn't be talking
New York.
about that. We would only be talking about the 5 boroughs.
Okay, so you just want fine. So
You
let's
said
do
New
that.
York City,
Concentration. So concentration of dark non-natives in the 5 boroughs.
What?
Why you keep saying dark non-natives, bro?
God have mercy upon us.
Shit.
Bruh.
This dude just keep getting worse.
It gets worse, bro.
Yeah,
If
but
he-
I mean, I guess what type of native? Because
My bad.
No,
Yeah.
you good. If he would have
Yo,
did
you said
Hold on. My bad. Go ahead.
if he would have did just a little research, bruh. If he would have did just a little bit of research before he came up here doing this, right? He would know that a lot of people was forced out of their countries and flee to New York, flee to daggone Florida. There's another one. New York, Florida. It's another state. We all know California is heavily dense with Spanish people. Dang, I can't think of it right now, but I know New York and Florida being the main ones that is heavily populated with foreign people, being Haitian, Caribbeans, Puerto Ricans.
Harlem.
There we go. Harlem. Yeah, Harlem
definitely.
Definitely Harlem and Bronx. They
Facts.
and then we got Queensbridge, exactly.
Yeah,
So
that's a fact.
there's what he's trying to do is he's trying to figure out a way to put black people in that he's trying to narrow it down just to black people, but you're not going to be able to narrow it down to black people because it was so many immigrants coming over there to them states that you're not, no matter how you put it, it's not gonna be right.
Facts. Let's listen to the rest of this.
Because I had to get out of the country. I spent 2 years in the Netherlands. I went and I visited many other places, but actually living outside the U.S. I've lived in Texas. I've lived in Arizona. I've lived all over the place. But mainly, I was raised in New York.
Okay, so
that's why I have.
Okay, so the problem is what you're saying is, and this is no disrespect.
Okay, so he claims Newark, Jersey. Okay, so we claim Jersey.
Disrespect to Africans or Caribbeans, but
So he's a Pakistani small hat Trump supporter that's from Newark, Jersey. This is just, it just gets even better. It just, if if potluck was a person,
Not nowhere that you said it was a majority Black American population. Not one. New York is not a majority Black American. Can you let me respond and stop being immature? Bro, you just said you wanted an intellectual and you didn't know like 80% of all the stuff that I brought up. So I don't know if I believe that, but go ahead.
No, but you are hyper focused into an area that's just, to me, it's like splitting the difference between half a dozen and six. To me, there's really no, and I understand that there is a difference.
What do you mean? Are you talking about my political beliefs that I'm on both sides? No, I'm not. I'm a conservative, my guy.
No, I know that. What I'm saying is you differentiating the difference between Black American, African American.
Yeah, there is a distinction, bro. Africans and Caribbeans will let you know that there's a distinction. There is a difference.
I know that there is. I know that.
Go ahead.
It's a big difference. It's a big difference. You know what I'm saying? Between Africans, Jamaicans, Haitians, Mexican, Puerto Ricans,
right?
El Salvadorians. It's a big difference. Bruh.
Panamanians as opposed to Venezuelans, and Venezuelans as opposed to Hondurians as opposed to Ecuadorians.
Yeah, like it's a big difference. It's like going to Japan and being like, oh yeah, all y'all Asian, or they'll beat the fur off you, bruh. They'll beat the fur off you if you go to Japan and be like, oh y'all Chinese. They is not trying to hear that, bro. Like, so it's a big difference, bro. Like, you can't, and if we're just talking about the American black person, the American black person is the one who built this land that you're so-called living in.
Right.
If it wasn't for the American black man, there wouldn't be no America. Because back in the day, it was actually illegal for a white man to daggone pick up any kind of tool and use it. Paintbrush, screwdriver, hammer, whatever, etc. If you do some research, you will see that a lot of the stuff that was built by black people, but just funded and patented by white people.
But you know, when we say that, AC, everybody else in the world says, there we go, trying to paint our own narrative again, and we want to be validated. See, for some reason, whenever we try to make it clear that, hey, we do have a mark in life, we're claimed as those who just seeking validation.
Shouldn't we, if we put this whole America on our back and built it up, shouldn't we have some type of validation?
Well, I wouldn't say validation, I would say recognition. I would say some type of homage. I would say some form of respect. I would say some form of even if you want to say what's that we've been going for? Damn, I got a brain fart. Not residual. What's that?
Accolade?
No, man. We've been trying to get to give us it's an R word.
Residuals?
No, man. The money, the R word money. Isn't it?
Revenue? What?
No,
reparations.
Reparations. God damn it. I don't know why. I don't know why I could not think of that word, bro, to save my life. Yeah, reparations. Yeah, all of that. There we go. Sorry for the delay on the show, y'all. For that one damn word. We just had a flat tire real quick. We got the spare on. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? All that shit, yeah, bro. Then I mean, how do you not see it?
Mm-hmm.
Really, how do you not get that? That like, if you know we've done all of that, then how do you keep shit talking? Let's keep on listening.
What is the problem?
Yeah.
Remember, I started this through the purview of law and order. That's why I said if an officer looks and they see why there seems to be this explanation of excuse that like, oh, you know, stop and frisk, which was one of the greatest policies, probably the only thing that was good.
Was it really a great? Oh, so hold on, let me ask you a
Heck
question.
no.
Wait. Do you think the Latinos are saying that now? Oh shit. Do you think the Latinos are saying that right now? Do you think anybody that ICE is coming after is saying stop and listen? Because once upon a time, stop and frisk had nothing to do with deportation. It only had something to do with trying to so-called clean up the streets before election and all this other bullshit. So now that stop and frisk has a whole lot to do with your people and a whole bunch of other people getting the fuck up out of here. Is it still a problem? Stop playing with me.
Nah,
that came out of the crime bill that Joe Biden put together was eventual stop and frisk dripping down from it. But people have this, and again, when I say people, I'm talking about those people. They have an issue with taking accountability for anybody that may look similar to them. How could you?
Where did I? Okay, but I've taken accountability for it. So why do you keep bringing that up? When you say people,
no. I'm not talking about.
You came to debate me. You didn't come to debate the average person and what you think of Black American. You came here to debate me. So you bringing up other people has nothing to do with the conversation, because I can use the same logic with your own community, but that has nothing to do with the conversation.
What's my community?
The community that you fled from. What country did you come from?
Pause that.
I didn't.
What? Because I was just ready to say that. I was just ready to say that, bro. Because like,
what is your community? Ain't you the Pakistani in small hat who's from Newark, New Jersey, who's flown over everywhere in America, and you ain't got nowhere to claim except? Stop playing with me.
When 9/11 happened, and all them daggone Indian
allegedly
people was, yeah, well, allegedly.
I'm just messing around here. You good, bro?
Well, it happened. But I'm not gonna try to. I'm not gonna say it was specifically them, but it happened.
Crazy.
You know, and they blamed it on them. But when they blamed it on the Pakistanis and Iraqs and Irans and all that stuff, boy, they was getting the blues. They were getting the blues to where as though, yeah, man, they like, yo, y'all picking with us, bro. Like, we ain't had nothing to do with that. Y'all picking with, like, we over here trying to, y'all was crying and all that stuff, trying to prove y'all case. But,
and you know, for the record, everybody, just in case, okay, because we know how sensitive this internet is. We're not laughing at the circumstances of a 911 call one day, you know, in August at some point, right? No, we're laughing at circumstances like this when people like this act like you didn't go through the shits just like we did. Just to give a little bit further context, just to keep it safe, just to keep it clean and smooth. Let's keep on rocking out.
I fled from no country, dog. I was
your
born
family fled. It doesn't matter. Your family fled here. What country did your family come here from?
No. See, I think
they came here from Pakistan, small hat town, Newark, Jersey. I think that's what it's called. Isn't that located somewhere in Jersey?
What country did your family come here from, sir?
My family did not have to flee. My family paid a lot of money.
What country did your family come here from?
They didn't come here from any. My father came from.
Oh, so they paid a lot of money. So you came over here privileged. So you come over here privileged and still want to talk shit. Even better. Keep running your mouth.
What country did your family come here from?
I got you. What you say?
So if your family paid a lot of money and you come over here with a silver spoon, there's no way you was living in a poverty area.
Come on now.
So
let's go.
What you seeing is just the stigma of the media and people talking about, you know, yeah, this is how they act over there. This is how they act over. So you never really had to witness anything over there. You just seen it on the news and you're using that. Okay.
Fact.
All right, so I understand now.
Let's keep on going.
There was no family.
What country did your family come here from?
You keep saying that.
What country did your family come here from?
I'm about to mute you because you keep
can't mute me. You want to answer the question. This is the problem with people like yourself.
My family did not come here from
This is the problem with people like you, my guy. You guys are so You guys are ashamed of your background. You're ashamed of your lineage, and I'm gonna tell you why. You guys,
What do you
you
mean,
guys,
from Pakistan and Greece?
your
My
people.
father's from Pakistan and Greece.
You could have just said Pakistan and Greece then. And Greece is a shithole, by the way. And so
Pakistan and Greece. Pakistan, Greece, mom, something, small hat, begins with the letter I. Newark, New Jersey, New York, Arizona. Like, and then you got a Trump hat on to top everything off. And I'm not saying that on a political stance, because if anybody knows me, I am a self-independent thinker. All right. So I am for who is best. So I ain't on either side. But you just all over the place, my guy. You all over the place, my G.
what's Pakistan? It's a shithole. Pakistan is a shithole as well. But the problem is, in Pakistan, do you think it's worse? A Black American community or in Pakistan?
Is what?
What's worse, a Black American community or Pakistan?
What define what worse? What do you mean by worse?
Let me ask you this: what's worse, a white community or a Black community?
Define worse. What's worse? What do you mean?
Whatever
worse?
you think it is. What's worse, white community or Black community?
You mean access to clean water? You mean the criminality that occurs? You talking
everything across the board. What's worse?
Between a Black and a white community?
Between a Black in your country, Pakistan and Greece. Come on.
So pause this real quick, right?
Which one is worse between
Rock out.
So when y'all need to go holler at Grump and psychological analysis and nonverbal cues, verbal and nonverbal cues. My bad. Right. So what he's doing right now is he's delaying. So anytime he asks a question after a question like that, and you're trying to flip what he's saying, he's trying to think of an answer. That's why he keep asking, well, define worse. Bro, we all know what worse means. You got one that's good, one that's worse. So we know what worse means. Worse is another word for bad, another word for messed up. Any, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on now, we know what worse means. It's not good. So it's the opposite of good. So what he's doing is he's trying to delay the question so that he can think of a bull crap answer to feed back. Something regurgitated that he heard, you know what I'm saying, from somebody else. And this is why he's doing that. This is what you call a verbal cue. Somebody's asking you a particular question. All you gotta do is give the answer. You ask a dumb question back so you can delay time so that you can have time to come up with a bullcrap answer to feed back to him. That's it. That's what he's doing. This is why he keep asking him the same question over and over, and he's laughing at him because he knows. Thank you. He knows he got a small brain and he can't figure out the answer.
You wow. All right, let's keep on going. Let's rock out.
Bro, you wasting my time, bro. This guy is terrible. I appreciate you coming up, but you are intellectually challenged. And the YN destroyed you, my guy. The YN destroyed you. You expect me to talk like this, nigga? And what up, bro? And where the who's that? And I'm sagging my pants, nigga. And what's up with that switch, bro? And I say ask instead of ask. And yeah, nigga, and where the wood? What's up, bro? And where the hoes at? I don't feel like really talking back and forth with you because you've been up here for about 30 minutes. You have not made one distinctive point to the argument. You wanted to debate me. You didn't even know what you wanted to debate about. You sent me $2 to talk to me. You're weird. Every single point that I gave him, he kept switching the subject and then asking me a personal question. He was just like, well, how do you know how Black people are saying? Well, I give anecdotal evidence doesn't make any sense when you're talking to the general consensus. So if I give an anecdotal evidence and I say, well, the majority of people have $1 million because everybody I know in the family that I grew up in and all my friends all are millionaires. So the majority of people must have $1 million. That's basically how you live throughout life. And when you live throughout life like that, it's very much so a low IQ talking point when you say things like that. No, the majority of people don't have $1 million. But when you say, yeah, they do because of what I see, that's how delusional people talk and operate. No logic, no understanding of how things work. And I'm just feel like I'm wasting brain cells, man. The live wasn't even supposed to be that.
Hey, so in that nutshell, it is amazing to me how much we get our panties all wrapped up in a bunch or our boxes all tied up in a knot because we feel some kind of way about what somebody has to say. You know, one thing that I've always been so wonderfully, I would say, blissful in back in the day was the fact that it was more open to you could just speak your mind. Did we get pushed back? Of course we did, because it was a lot more touch football and contact sport back then, right? But I do remember like being able to just like talk and be men. Like that's something I really miss. I actually remember women just being themselves, and it's not a whole bunch of stigmas that's all put behind it, and a whole bunch of, well, you're being this or that, or these are the qualifications of a modern woman and a 304 and all this other dumbass shit. Like people just lived, and I do recognize it for what it is now. And now that we've gotten into this point where it comes to anything from political to just your personal standards of life, everything is being attacked. And it's mainly being attacked if you have any form of security and happiness within your stance. And if it even begins to look like you stand on all 10, you shall be approached. And with that being said, I digress. My mic is muted. Rock out. Go ahead. Give us your final thoughts, AC, before we get up out of here. I'm getting ready to go eat dinner and offer.
Yeah, I'm ready to get these kids ready
You
and
already know.
you
Yeah.
know, got fatherly duties. But yeah, man, shouts out to this brother. I might have to go subscribe to his channel and stuff because I want to see some more content like this because I find them fascinating. You know, I find anybody
Mhm.
fascinating that has
Right.
sense. You know what I'm saying? Like because the one thing we we're always learning. We're always no matter how old you get, you still can learn. All that can't teach an old dog new tricks. I mean
Right. 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 Right.
that's bull crap. That should keep you stuck in a position that you don't want to learn nothing. You know, we can always learn, and it's good to hear, you know, the quote unquote YN, even though I don't like calling them that. You know, it's good to learn from the youth and the younger people
Hey,
because
look. Hey, look.
that's
Hey,
our
look. Hey,
future.
look. We can. Hey, look. We can have it where YN means young nature. All right. It ain't gotta be young niggas. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
I mean, I'm just saying though. Look,
yeah.
because you know we that creative, and that's another point that I'm making. But go ahead.
Nah, for real. And you know, like as long as as long as you're willing to learn something new, as long as you're willing to expand your mind, you will always be ahead of the other people. You know, that's the whole thing that they don't want from us. They don't want us to actually have this kind of sense. They don't want us to actually be able to get together on these platforms like this and talk and come up with strategies and stuff like that to actually improve. This is why they push that whole YN narrative as what it is, because you know, anytime it's funny, right? You know, when we get together, white person come over there or somebody of another race. Hey, what y'all got going on over here? What y'all doing? You know, why y'all grouped up like this? You know, it's a problem. But when you see white people just kicking it and all in the group outside drinking, partying, and having fun, you know, nobody questions that, you know, because they want us to feel as though that we can't get together. We can't come together and do stuff. We gotta kill that. We gotta kill that. We gotta keep doing what we're doing now, showing that we're intellectual enough to have conversations without just leading straight to reaction, being proactive, having conversations. I never I never had a problem with a police officer the way I talk to him because one, I talk to him a certain kind of way. Doesn't mean they don't stop me and they don't harass me and stuff like that. But at the same time, I know how to turn it on and I know how to turn it off. We are always being looked at as the aggressors. Once we learn how to turn it on and turn it off, it becomes different. They won't be able to do that to you, but we're so scared because they beat that fear into us to where as though, yeah, y'all gotta fear us. You don't have to fear nobody. I had pulled over the other day. What I did was pulled into CQ, my tail light was out. I pulled in the CQ parking lot, rolled down my window. I had my wallet, my ID, everything right there for the officer. When he pulled me over, he said, "You know your tail light is out." I said, "Nah, I didn't know my tail light was out. Thanks for letting me know. How you doing today?" So he like, "I'm doing good. Just give me a second. I'm a run your stuff. Here go my license. Here go my insurance. Here go my registration." I didn't jump out the car. Hey, why you pulling me over? What the heck is this all about? No, because I already know you're coming to do your job. One, you pulled me over for a reason. You didn't pull me over for no reason. You pulled me over for a reason. You're coming to do your job. So I'm not ready to make your job harder than what it is. Go back over there. He comes back. Hell, here go a warning. Just get your tail light fixed so that you don't keep getting pulled over. Okay, thank you, officer. I appreciate it. I even asked the officer, "Hey, bro, how long it's gonna take? Cause I got to get to work." He said, "Oh no, you're done. You're good. Huh? Here go your stuff. Have a nice day." I got out the car. I even walked up to the car and congratulated him. "Hey, bruh, thank you for doing a good job. Thank you for not making it uncomfortable for me. Thank you, for actually doing what you're supposed to do." So saying that to say this: we gotta stop being so reactive and start being proactive. Stop being scared to say what you want to say to people. Stop being scared to actually, have conversation with the police. Don't be so quick to just assume that he's just bothering you just to bother. That's the media's fear that's the media's subliminal message to you that you had to fear what's going on. No, you don't. You don't. We're all human. We all live in the same state underneath the same laws. Yes, we do get looked at a certain way, as you can see. But once you hold yourself at a professional status, and they can see that, okay, I'm not dealing with the average nigga, it'll start changing. It's like I had a situation. This is when I was young. I used to step down on police when I was young. What? I had a police pull us off the train. My cousin was having an asthma attack. We had popped open the emergency latch. The lady got mad because we popped open the emergency latch, and she called the police on us. So when they came and got us out, the police was threatening my cousin because my cousin was like, "Bro, I can't breathe. I'm having an asthma attack." And he like, "Sir, if you don't calm down, my pepper spray you and all this other stuff." I'm like, "Hey, bro." Like, "Hey, bro, you ain't ready to pepper spray him. You can't pepper spray him. First of all, we opened up the emergency latch because it was an emergency. He having an asthma attack. He can't breathe. We're inside the daggone tunnel. It's dusty in here. It's hot in here. It's summertime. We trying to hurry up and get home so he could get his asthma pump and stuff. Like, all we did was open up the emergency latch. It's an emergency. That's why we opened it up. We ain't open it up for no reason. And you talking about you ready to pepper spray him? If you pepper spray him and he dies, then guess what? The body's on you. So you gonna pepper spray him and kill him? Because if you ready to do that, then go ahead and do that, and the body's gonna be on you. I'm right here to witness that you pepper sprayed a person having an asthma attack. I straight based on the same way I'm talking now, the same way I was talking to him. And guess what? He said, "All right, bro, listen, just sit right here. You just hop on the next train. Just don't try not to open up the emergency latch." Yeah, I bet your tone changed when I start putting it to you like that. And mind you, I'm like 16, 17 at the time. Quote unquote a YN. So we gotta stop having that fear that we can't say nothing.
Well, you know, in our culture, it's considered snitching. And it doesn't even just go for those who are active. You know, folks be trying to put pressure on actual, just everyday citizens, those who neutral, you know.
Nah, for real. For real.
That's, you know, we
Yeah.
already know how I go nowadays.
Yeah, for real.
Unfortunately, you know, once upon a time, we used to actually say, you know, women and children are out of the way, and, you know, not to be, you know, none of that exists, bruh. Like, I do you in front of your kids now, and if one of your kids can hit, then A, you should have known better than to have had them with you. Can you imagine that that's what we actually say now on live camera? Often. And do you not know, even deeper than that, you know how many people sit there and give so many hearts and flames and 100s and preach and talk about it and yeah and everything else. So it's not even so much about the person who said it. The main thing I look at is what are the comments, and I just see an endless slew of, wow, this is where we are now. This is really where we are now. So I'm just to the point where I recognize we got to move different. Period. Whether it's politically, whether it's in your everyday life, as far as neighborhood wise, like hood is all I'm saying. Like we got to like really start doing something different at some point. Now, listen, watch this. For anybody that says, you know what, Smitty, you just another one of them that's just preaching. You just, you know what I'm saying? You just preaching like everybody else. All right, bet. I'm going to just preach like everybody else. And I'm going to say this. Then everybody who ain't doing all the preaching that I'm doing, stop bitching, whining, moaning, and complaining about when one of yours gets hit up. And you got to now be the one to raise them balloons and let off a dove into the sky and talk so much about how little such and such had so much potential when they could have been so. So what we do is what we need to do is pick a struggle. Pick a struggle. Pick one. You want to shut up and stop talking about it? Then stop bitching and complaining and whining and crying about it. Stop mourning then. Stop raising the balloons and the doves. That's how deep that goes. So we need to recognize that both of these things work in tandem. It's hand in hand. One hand wash the other. Both wash the whole body, right? Last time I heard. So we need to recognize these things before we get to talking a whole bunch of big wild geeking shit out of our monkey ass mouth. But with that being said, I digress. My mic is muted. Do you have any last little thing you want to say real quick on like a good under 30 seconds?
Nah, that's a good line, bro. I appreciate it, bro. Like you always got something going on. I was watching the background. I was like, oh, this one nice. I gotta jump up in here.
Nah, I ain't mad at you. Hey, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. So yeah, and with that being said, y'all always remember, man, I digress. My mic is muted. Much respect to the family. Let's go ahead and get on up out of here.
Be honest, my nigga. Block probably was my first love. Crazy when they don't love you back though. Uncommon. The quarterback in the huddle, I call the audibles. We all been through the struggle, I shine for all of us. My nigga locked in that system, he never callin' much. Serving life in that prison to God, call him up. On jumpsuit, chop bricks like it's Kung Fu. Write her name on that visit, she never come through. To death do us part, that's what he thought. Would've been scot-free, told on the squad. If you talking respect, then he earn the utmost. First they love you and they hate you, man, where the love go? Life lesson, they tell us to count our blessings. Ain't life a bitch when I fuck her, I'm mad aggressive. Tried college, then make it the first semester. They tell me follow my heart, some shit you just never question. Drug charge, I got a stain on my record. If you talking about cheddar, then pay me extra, uncommon. First they love you, then hate you, man, where the love go? I guess they don't love me no more, I'm uncommon. First they love you, then hate you, man, where the love go? Tears in his eyes, he threw the just a finger. Mama did what she could, still no complaining. Selling all of your dope, got us on datings. From a section with niggas, attach your gangster. R.I.P. Joe McKnight, my motivation. In the ghetto, the blood stain on the pavement. 9 racks for a 9-piece, they don't know that language. It's all good, man, they hate when you wanna roll the greatness. Like Shaq and Kobe, yeah, Robert Ory, the old 3 Lakers. Never selling my soul, just want my 40 acres. The boy flow, hungry like his belly aching. Now we driving foreigns to our destination. They tell me I'm the one like I'm Tracy McGrady. We all had hustle, just had like a vacation. Fell in love with Mary Jane, that's forever my lady. Try and throw my dog a bag like I'm Tom Brady. First they love you, then hate you, man, where the love go? I guess they don't love me no more, I'm uncommon. First they love you, then hate you, man, where the love go?
My mic is muted.